A little way away from where Niranjan is reporting. Aniruddha, of course, Shillong has a very different flavor in the manner in which elections are fought here. But, one of the things that's extremely interesting about this political contest is the fact that there are a large number of political parties that are in the fray. Now, where do you see this heading now? Obviously, it's very, very unlikely that there will be a single party that may emerge as the largest. And I can see behind you people lining up in their traditional clothes to perhaps welcome the Prime Minister, Aniruddha.
Yes, Nupur. In fact, as vibrant is the political scenario right now in Meghalaya is, the vibrancy can also be seen here as the capital city of Shillong is all decked up to welcome the Prime Minister of this country. And as you can see right with me now, these are bands, local troops from the Garo community. This is the Wangala dance. And then we have also performers from the Khasi community as well as the Zandia community. We are getting to know that the Garo community will be performing a Wangala dance to welcome the Prime Minister, whereas the Khasi community will be doing a Masti dance, and the Zandia community will be performing a plate dance to welcome the Prime Minister. People have turned out in huge number to witness this roadshow of the Prime Minister. It's going to be a very unique kind of roadshow because, yes, as I was saying, it's not only a roadshow but also a rock show with various rock bands from the rock capital of the country performing as the Prime Minister is all set to land here shortly. We are expecting that the entire Shillong is today packed with people heading towards the center point area where the Prime Minister is expected to address the public also. And from here, the Prime Minister will be going to Tura, where he will be addressing another rally. Remember, there was a lot of controversy regarding the Tura visit of the Prime Minister because the venue which was initially selected for the Prime Minister's rally, that is the P.A. Sangma Sports Complex, was not permitted. Permission was not given to use the P.A. Sangma Sports Complex, and thereafter another venue has now been selected, and today the Prime Minister will be addressing a massive gathering in Tura. And we are also getting to know, Nupur, that people have turned out in huge number in the Tura rally also, as here also people are coming in large number. In Tura also people are turning out in large number to witness the Prime Minister speaking here in Meghalaya today. Nupur.
All right, stay with us, Aniruddha. Going back across to Niranjan. Niranjan, obviously, as we've been talking about, this is going to be a very different election in terms of the number of parties that, will be participating. There is a likelihood of votes being split in high numbers. But apart from that, you must have been speaking to people around you. For them, what are the main issues that they will be voting on?
The two main issues here in Meghalaya are one, unemployment, second, corruption. Unemployment and corruption are two issues that they've been struggling with, and it's so bad that even the allies in the government, the people, the parties that are running the government, including the BJP and NPP, trading charges with each other. BJP saying that, Conrad Sangma's party is corrupt, saying Conrad Sangma's party is nepotistic, and that's how acrimonious it's become. That's how ugly it's become between both allies. But you don't know how things are going to go after the verdict comes out on the 2nd of March. Anything is possible. Coming back to the point and the question that you asked about, how close an election is going to be. Speaking to pollsters on the ground, there are just, three states out of which it's going to be more or less a clear mandate in Tripura, according to pollsters. Voting has already happened in Nagar, and more or less the BJP is hopeful, and even pollsters suggesting that the NDP BJP combined to make a comeback. But it's here in Meghalaya that everybody's on the edge, and they're on the edge because on one hand you have Conrad Sangma, who's very hopeful. He's hoping that he's come back on his own. The BJP hoping, and the BJP, and the BJP is hoping on increasing their foothold. That's why the Prime Minister is here, and they're putting all their energies behind their Meghalaya battle. I'm not sure whether in Shillong before, which is India's rock capital, I've been here for the last 2 hours, report. They're belting out all kinds of numbers here from Summer of 69, to all kinds of hits to just draw in the crowds, the young crowds especially. And what do the young crowds want? They want jobs. They want jobs, and they just want employment. And I think that's the biggest issue for them, Nupur. And it could go anyway, because the Trinamool Congress are likely to play spoiler here, and all eyes will be on the Trinamool Congress and the UDP as well. The smaller parties hold key, and if it's a hung assembly, that's when someone like Himanta Biswa Sarma, who's been spending a lot of time in the hill, in all the northeastern states, will play a huge role perhaps.
Oh yes, absolutely. And let's quickly go back across to Aniruddha as well. Aniruddha, the NPP has been accused of corruption by the BJP. Now, the NPP on its part, of course, says that they were very happy to share power with us, but right before the election, they decide that we are corrupt. Now, what has been the NPP strategy going into these elections?
Look, Nupur, this time the election or the electoral slugfest in the state of Meghalaya is not a two-way contest or a three-way contest. In fact, it is a multi-way contest that we are witnessing, with the TMC on the scene, the Congress party also trying to make their presence felt among the electorate, and also on the other hand, we have the BJP and the NPP. Though the major political parties of the state, that is the NPP, the Trinamool Congress or the Congress party itself, and several other regional players like the UDP is accusing the BJP that there is no presence of the BJP. But yes, with the continuous visit of the Prime Minister of Union Home Minister Amit Shah, there is the presence of the BJP can be seen here, and with the people lining up here today in order to welcome the Prime Minister, this is a very clear message that yes, people out here in the state of Meghalaya have also given some space at least to the BJP. So it is definitely going to be a very interesting contest. And coming back to your question, that the NPP strategy is they are treating the Trinamool Congress as their main opponent, because the entire fight for the seat, as far as the NPP and the TMC is concerned, the main fight is in the version of the Sangmas, that is in Garo Hills. Be it Mukul Sangma, former Chief Minister, a Congress leader turned court and who have joined the Trinamool Congress recently, or the incumbent Chief Minister, that is Conrad Sangma. For both Conrad Sangma and former Chief Minister Dr. Mukul Sangma, their version happens to be the Garo Hills, and that is the reason why TMC and NPP is mostly focusing on the constituencies of Garo Hills. There are around more than 20 constituencies, and it is in these constituencies where they are actually fighting over. And meanwhile, if we look into the Khasi Hills and the Zaintia Hills region, we see that the several regional political parties, the smaller parties like the UDP and the PDP, are the actually major players, and eventually they are likely to be
it's a case of too many cooks spoiling the broth, perhaps, but we'll know what happens once the elections take place. Right now, electric atmosphere in Shillong, and Niranjan as well as Aniruddha. Thank you for the moment, but we're going to keep coming back to you guys once the Prime Minister arrives. And here's a quick look at what else is making news this afternoon. Speaking at the G20 Finance Minister and Central Governors meeting, Prime Minister Modi has said that global economy is poised with challenges, and that the global supply chain has been affected.
It is now up to you, the custodians of the leading economy.
Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and the RBI Governor Shaktikanta Das, along with several others, leaders attended the first G20 Finance Ministers and Central Bank Governors meeting in Bengaluru. India is currently holding the G20 presidency. In a significant boost to India's defence capabilities, the Indian Army's Eastern Command raised the first medium-range surface-to-air missile regiment. Officials of the Indian Army said that the SAM regiment will provide air defence against aerial threats. India's Anish Bhanwala fought his way to the bronze medal in the rapid-fire pistol event at the Shooting World Cup in Cairo in Egypt yesterday, making it the third bronze medal for India after qualifying with 581. Anish had to go through an extended shoot-off in the semis to beat Yan Chesnel of France 11-9 for a berth in the medal round. India upholds principles of the UN Charter, claiming that it will always call for dialogue and diplomacy as it's the only way out. India, however, abstained from the UNGA on a resolution that underscored the need to reach comprehensive, just and lasting peace in Ukraine, as New Delhi questioned whether the world was anywhere near a possible solution acceptable both to Moscow and Kiev. The Aam Aadmi Party councillor Pawan Sehrawat has joined the BJP. Sehrawat is the Bhawana ward councillor. Now, the announcement came just minutes before the standing committee elections after joining the BJP. Sehrawat alleged that he was pressurized to create a ruckus in the Municipal Corporation of Delhi House. He added that the AAP politics is suffocating him. In the wake of attacks on Tamil Nadu's fishermen, Tamil Nadu's Chief Minister M.K. Stalin on Thursday wrote a letter to the External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar seeking his intervention. Police forces have been deployed in large numbers outside the Ajnala police station in Amritsar as Waris Punjab, their chief Amritpal Singh, along with his supporters, staged a massive protest demanding the release of his close aide Lovepreet Tufan. And coming down heavily on the Congress leader Rahul Gandhi over his charge that the Trinamool Congress was in cahoots with the BJP, the TMC leader Mahua Moitra and said her party was the only national alternative to the Saffron Party. The TMC MP's remarks came in response to Rahul Gandhi's claim that the ruling party in West Bengal was contesting the Meghalaya Assembly elections to help the BJP win. You are watching Republic TV. We slip into a very short break. On the other side, more news coming your way, including months police give in Amritpal Singh's aide is to be released. Question remains, is Amritpal Singh above the law in Punjab? And Russia ramps up attacks as Ukraine completes a year of war.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't governments and the state and everybody, army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Has been broken by the protesters, and in fact they have moved all kind of security layers and they are moving towards the police station. Entire situation is getting tense and the police is trying to control the situation as well. लाठी चार्ज हो चुका है यहाँ पे। यहाँ तस्वीर बहुत बदतर हो चुकी है, जो पत्थर है चलाने शुरू कर दिए और इन लोगों ने पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर तक जो है वो धावा बोल दिया है क्योंकि इनका कहना ये था कि जो अमृतपाल सिंह के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज हुई है उसमें जो लोग गिरफ्तार हुए हैं उनको छुड़वाया जाए।
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks
The Punjab police given Amritpal aid is to be released. Question is Amritpal Singh above the law in Punjab?
कल भी वायलेंस नहीं हुआ था। वायलेंस ऐसा नहीं होता है। वायलेंस में बसों को आग लगा दी जाती है जैसे यूपी बिहार में होता है। वी सी इन महाराष्ट्र एंड अदर स्टेट्स। वायलेंस इज नॉट लाइक दिस। ये क्लैश था और वो क्लैश 10 सेकंड का था।
Amritpal Singh repeats threats as don't test my patience, but where is the Chief Minister? Delhi's mayor orders a re-election for the standing committee, but ruckus and sloganeering continues unabated. In Nagaland, the Prime Minister launches a scathing attack on the Congress party, calls out divide and rule politics. The BJP goes all out as campaigning enters its final leg. The Prime Minister is set to hold a roadshow in Shillong. And Russia ramps up attacks as Ukraine war completes a year, but with neither side relenting, who has the edge? Good afternoon and welcome. You're watching live and breaking on Republic TV. I'm Nupur Talwar Suri. Straight up, we are going across to breaking news that we are just getting. In fact, the film producer Karim Morani has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the Sukesh Chandrashekhar case. Now, this is news that's just coming in. We are still trying to ascertain what this is over, but we are learning that Karim Morani has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate in the Sukesh Chandrashekhar case. To remember that Sukesh Chandrashekhar is facing charges of conning people out of crores of rupees. Essentially, he's currently lodged in the Taloja jail. Before that, of course, he was lodged in the Tihar jail. Yesterday, of course, there was a raid inside the jail cell where several luxury items were once again seized. Shravan is joining us right now for more details. Shravan, give us more details in terms of why the film producer Karim Morani has been summoned by the Enforcement Directorate.
Well, in fact, his statement has been recorded multiple times in the past. We are now given to understand that Sukesh Chandrashekhar, whose statement was once again recorded by the Enforcement Directorate, has essentially told the Enforcement Directorate with regards to the fact that there were certain deals that were essentially being struck with regards to Bollywood films and certain series that were being planned by Sukesh Chandrashekhar. Film producer Karim Morani was also in touch with Sukesh Chandrashekhar, is what the Enforcement Directorate suspects at this point in time. With some fresh evidence now coming up in this particular case, we are now being told that the Enforcement Directorate has once again called Karim Morani for recording his statement.
All right. So Shavan is taking us through the details of this. We are told that Kareem Moorani has been summoned for recording his statement in this case. So essentially, Shavan, this is with regards to some shows that he wanted to shoot or some movies that he wanted to be part of. Is that it? All right, we seem to have lost that audio connection with Shavan over there, but we'll get more details on that in just a bit. But this is news that's just coming in. Now, do remember that pictures on your screen are of what was witnessed yesterday. This was a tape that was released. And here, of course, you can see Sukesh Chandrashekhar's prison cell being raided. This is his prison cell in the jail where luxury goods were seized. Now, addressing the G20 finance ministers meeting, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said that it is important to bring back stability, confidence and growth of the global economy.
It is now up to you, the custodians of the leading economies and monetary systems of the world, to bring back stability, confidence and growth to the global economy. It is not an easy task. However, I hope that you will draw inspiration from the vibrancy of the Indian economy. Indian consumers and producers are optimistic and confident about the future. We hope that you will be able to transmit the same positive spirit to the global economy. I would urge that your discussions should focus on the most vulnerable citizens of the world. Only by creating an inclusive agenda will the global economic leadership win back the confidence of the world. The theme of our G20 presidency also promotes this inclusive vision. One Earth, one family, one future. Excellencies, even as the world population has crossed 8 billion, progress on sustainable development goals seems to be slowing down. We need to collectively work to strengthen multilateral development banks for meeting global challenges like climate change and high debt levels. Excellencies, in the world of finance, technology is increasingly dominant.
Now, the Prime Minister, of course, is in Nagaland and Meghalaya today. He was in Nagaland a short while ago where he addressed an election rally. Thereafter, of course, now he's making his way to Meghalaya where he will be at a roadshow as well in Shillong. He will be participating in a roadshow in the heart of Shillong, really, and of course, after that, he goes to Tura, where he will be addressing an election rally. And Niranjan, of course, continues to be with us. He's joining us from the location where this roadshow will begin, and he has been taking us through, the kind of election fervor that we are seeing in the heart of Shillong. Niranjan, take us through. We can, of course, what's happening there right now. We can, of course, see a large number of those BJP flags waving behind you.
Yes, Nupur. They've managed to get large crowds in here, in Shillong. and the entire election for the BJP in Meghalaya this time are being fought on the face and the credibility of the Prime Minister. In fact, just before you came to me, you were playing out some of the numbers, the jingles for the election for the BJP. It's fantastic how they've sort of used music, and you remember the song called Waka Waka for the World Cup. So they sort of rehashed that tune to say Modi Modi, and I think they're trying to make their way into the minds of people before Meghalaya goes to vote on the 27th, using a lot of music. And in fact, I've been live here for the last 2 hours, Nupur, and each time that you were live, you came live to me. There was a music band here, there was a rock band here sometime back. They're just taking a break, but that's been a huge crowd puller. With the help of music, you just see people moving to the music here, and people coming in from across different regions of Meghalaya, Garo, Jaintia Hills, and the Khasi regions. They're all here because they are here primarily to see the Prime Minister, to see him, to hear him, and this entire stretch, Nupur, this 3-kilometer stretch, this is not the only rock band, by the way. There are at least 3 or 4 stages along this route. 3 or 4 stages that have been set up where there are bands performing, and these bands are primarily being used to gather the crowds, and also, very interesting to vote in the last 2 hours that I've been listening to the music here. It's not just English music. I think the rock bands have sort of had to change the playlist as well, because a lot of Hindi numbers, a mix of Hindi, Punjabi, and even English music being dished out to sort of move the crowds here. Shillong being the rock capital of India, so many bands. In fact, when we were walking in, we saw the different stages being set up. So very interesting this election, because the BJP is fighting on its own strength, not fighting with Conrad Sangma, even though they have more competition this time with the Trinamool Congress also coming in. The Trinamool Congress using Mukul Sangma as their anchor in Meghalaya. Of course, Mukul Sangma, a very, very strong leader here. All eyes will be on him, and whether the Trinamool Congress makes some headway with him, especially in the Garo regions, where he will be facing off with Conrad Sangma. Conrad Sangma is hopeful that he will fight on his own strength. But the 2 primary issues here in Meghalaya, one being unemployment, second being corruption, and even the partners in the government, the BJP and the NPP have been sort of fighting it out, having a go at each other. So bitter this election has been between the BJP and the NPP, that the state government, Conrad Sangma's party, and the government refused to give permission to the Prime Minister to hold a roadshow today in Tura at the PA Sangma Stadium. Prime Minister will be in Tura, but originally was supposed to hold a rally at the Tura Stadium, at the PA Sangma Stadium. That permission was denied. So things not well between them, but anything could happen after the elections, and that's why the BJP may be keeping a close eye on parties like the UDP, etc. And all eyes also will be in the Trinamool Congress, what Mukul Sangma does. We're likely to be a hung assembly, but I think the Prime Minister giving it his everything, because the BJP is fighting this election purely on the governance, and not to forget states like Meghalaya, largely funded by the centre. Nearly 80% of the funding comes from the centre, so that is required. So will be interesting to see how this election goes for Meghalaya. But like I said, thousands of people. This is a square, basically. If you look at it, it's a square. It's the city centre, Shillong city centre. It's called the centre point, and you will see that people have come from different parts of Meghalaya just to catch a glimpse of him. And interesting, I think some performers there as well. Welcome the Prime Minister.
Right.
The culture of Meghalaya, the culture of the Northeast on display.
Niranjan, I'm afraid that's a very poor connection that we have with you. Obviously, with the Prime Minister coming in, perhaps there will be some jammers in place right now. But we will go across to Niranjan once again. I think we also have Aniruddha. He is about 1 kilometer away from Aniruddha. Aniruddha, I can see a large number of people lining the sides of the streets, but give us a sense of how the NPP is hoping to fight this election. Now, do remember that they were in coalition with the BJP earlier. The BJP, of course, is now accusing them of corruption. It's accusing them of nepotism. But what is it that what is the core things that the NPP is relying on in this election?
Yes, Nupur, as you have pointed out that BJP and the NPP were alliance partners, but and they are still very much in alliance as far as the government is concerned, because BJP has also not withdrawn support from the government. But yes, as far as this election is concerned, they are fighting this election separately, and in fact, both the NPP and the BJP are attacking each other. The BJP has also attacked the NPP on several issues, ranging from the issue of corruption to even nepotism. They have the BJP, in fact, Union Home Minister Amit Shah, during his rally in Tura a few days back, targeted the NPP and said that it is the Sangma and Associates which is actually running the government, and all the contracts are being awarded to the family, and it is the Sangma family which has taken over the NPP and the government in Meghalaya. Also, on the other hand, the BJP is being accused of trying to make a proxy entry in the state by the NPP. So yes, the contest as far as this election is concerned, the political discourse has become very tense, and it is only after the elections, once the mandate is given, and on the 2nd of March, the picture will be much more clear as in which direction the future of Meghalaya will go. Because as far as the pollsters are concerned, there is no clear mandate this time in the state of Meghalaya, and every pollster is pointing towards a hung house, and that will be very interesting, because once it goes for a hung house, and Meghalaya in fact have a history of witnessing hung house. In the last 4 elections also, we have seen that no political party has been able to get a clear mandate or emerge as a single largest party, and it is the smaller parties, the regional parties, who actually at the end becomes kingmaker. And now with the Prime Minister coming today to address this 2 different rallies in Shillong as well as in Tura, it will be very much it will be very much interesting to see how the mandate goes, and because we never expected, it was a never seen before rally, and that is being witnessed in the capital city of Shillong, and people in large number have come out to witness the Prime Minister doing a roadshow in Shillong, the rock capital of India, as Niranjan was also pointing out, Nupur.
Oh yes, absolutely, Aniruddha, and as you're pointing out, of course, perhaps it will be the smaller parties that will hold the key to what really happens in the elections over there. For the moment, thank you, though I can see some activity behind you right now, but we will come back to you for more later. Now, moving on, of course, to the other big story that we are tracking today, it is what happened in Punjab yesterday, in Amritsar to be specific, where hundreds of supporters of Amritpal Singh essentially lay siege to the police station in Ajnala. Now, what was witnessed yesterday, of course, has been criticized by many as one person with his supporters holding the law to ransom. Today, of course, what we are hearing is that the police have decided that they will not contest against the arrest of Lovepreet Tufan, and that they have now produced evidence before the court to establish that he was not at the spot. In fact, we also spoke to the SSP of Amritsar, who seemed to suggest all right, I think we'll just quickly cut into that conversation that Piyush Ori is having with Amritpal Singh.
Is this again a victory march which you are trying to project?
No, I am going to Gurdwara Sahib. This is a Sangat. I didn't invite the Sangat. Wherever I go, Sangat comes. In the respect of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay. I again want to ask you, sir. I know. There are a lot of enthusiasm over here. But मैं आपसे फिर से पूछना चाहता हूँ, सर, कि आप भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत हैं? आपसे
There was no Bharat, there was no India before 1947. It's a union of states. We must respect the unions. We must respect the states. Otherwise, you know what we say, we don't respect diversity, we lose everything. So I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Sir, I want to ask you a very simple question, sir. You are very proud of your Sikh identity, right? You are very proud of your Sikh.
Calm down, brother.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, you're very proud of your Sikh identity, sir.
Calm down.
But sir, in that way, sir, even the Sikhs have, sacrificed their life for the nation. They have
Yes.
sacrificed their life for Mother India.
They
What do you have to say about that?
sacrificed their lives and they got what in the return? 1984 genocide. They got Punjab separated in 3 parts. They got their water looted. So what we have to understand, there are many things you don't know because you don't live in Punjab. Punjab have a different phenomena. Punjab have a different energy. So Punjab is a totally different phenomena. If you sitting outside, you don't understand here. You are here. Do you think this is something constructive?
हिंदी में भी थोड़ा बोलिएगा because सर मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर सब लोग आपको देखें, सब लोग आपसे जाने, क्योंकि सर सरदारों ने अपनी जान भी दी है इस देश के लिए.
सरदारों को देखे, एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह थे. एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह जो थे 1984 में उनके घर पे भीड़ गई और उनको मारने की कोशिश की और उनके हाथ से पुलिस ने जाके हथियार उनके हाथ से छीन लिए. एक मिनट. और
जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी हम जानते
जगजीत अरोड़ा को कोर्ट मार्शल कर दिया गया था, आपको मालूम है?
वो हरबख्श सिंह थे सर.
नहीं, मेरी हरबख्श सिंह, जनरल हरबख्श सिंह, सॉरी, जनरल जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी उनको भी सफर करना पड़ा 1984 के बाद हैं. और मौत से सिख जनरल सुकेश सिंह भी तो आर्मी में थे ना, जो गोल्डन टेम्पल में लड़े थे. सो सिखों ने बहुत कुछ किया इस देश के लिए, इस देश ने सिखों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. मनमोहन सिंह, बराक ओबामा प्रधानमंत्री अफ्रीकन मूल का था, उससे ब्लैक्स की प्रॉब्लम ठीक हो गई. मनमोहन सिंह इज अ टोकन प्राइम मिनिस्टर. मनमोहन सिंह वाज अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर फ्रॉम द सेम पार्टी हु कमिटेड जेनोसाइड अगेंस्ट सिख्स. सो डोंट से दीस थिंग्स.
All right, so that was Amritpal Singh over there speaking to Piyush Ori, essentially questioning the idea of India, if that's what you read into what he said. Also, of course, questions are being raised as to why he's being allowed to essentially take the law into his own hands. Now, so far, we haven't heard whether the Punjab police is going to file any case against him for what we saw yesterday from Ajnala, where there were hundreds of his supporters who essentially clashed with the police. Now, as far as his demand is concerned, of course, that demand has been agreed to. Lovepreet Tufan is going to be released today. But what about action from the police's side against him? What about the issue of taking the law into their own hands? And that's not been addressed yet. And I'm going to go across to Amandeep on that one. Amandeep, you were talking earlier on to the SSP of Amritsar. Now, he told you that they are going to take that case back against him, that they're going to go back to court. But he did not specify whether there will be any action taken against Amritpal Singh and his supporters who, by the hundreds, stormed the Ajnala police station yesterday. And why is no action been taken against them so far? Has an FIR been filed against them?
Well, Nupur, when they have filed the application to discharge Lovepreet Singh alias Tufan Singh in Ajnala court, and that was considered by the Ajnala court also, what else we expect from the police? What else we expect from the police? Are they going to take any kind of harsh action against this entire violence, what had happened yesterday? No. They are not even releasing a certain statement that they are going to take any kind of legal action against yesterday's violence. They have not registered one single case despite knowing that 7 police officers, including 1 SP rank officer, sustaining injuries, in fact head injuries, that was given by the swords, and in fact no case has been registered. Their medical has been conducted, but no case has been registered. Not a single police officer is coming on the camera or off the camera accepting that they are going to register the FIR against Amritpal Singh or any of the supporter of Amritpal Singh indulged into the violence yesterday. No. Police is completely in a compromised stage. They are completely bowed down in front of Amritpal Singh and his supporters, and in fact after entire episode what had happened yesterday. And even they have moved the discharge application in which they have mentioned that there is no such evidence against Lovepreet Singh in the kidnapping case and police did not need him into this entire case. So kindly discharge him from the kidnapping case of Varinder Singh. So now the court has also considered the application of police. They said, okay, fine, Lovepreet Singh will be discharged. And in fact, he will be coming out by the evening from Amritsar Central Jail, and they are going to launch a victory march at the Golden Temple. They are going to celebrate this victory of Lovepreet Singh after the protest, and even now the police is releasing the statement that they don't have evidence, and in fact the evidence that was provided by the Amritpal Singh, that is very crucial evidence that proves that Lovepreet Singh is not at all accused in the case. But what about the police investigation? Are the police files are going to hand over to Amritpal Singh and do the investigation and come back to us and tell who is the accused, who is not accused? Is this going to happen in the future? I mean, big questions are being raised, and police is completely on the mum stage. Punjab government is completely on the mum stage. Chief Minister is holding the Punjab Invest in Mohali. He is just sharing the talks and holding the discussions with the so-called businessmen and the investors in Mohali. But what about the people of Punjab? And what about the police of Punjab? Are they really into the position to maintain the law and order situation in Punjab?
Amandeep, what is it that you're hearing from your sources within the government? Why has the government decided to take this soft sort of approach to Amritpal Singh? Because this is not the first time he's used, a sense of showing his power to the political establishment.
Well, absolutely. Nupur, you have raised very right question on this part. And even Amritpal's movement is being tracked by the intelligence agencies. Not only the state intelligence agencies, including central agencies. But for their own political motives, it might seems to be like that for their own political motives, Aam Aadmi Party government is turning silent on these, all the hardliners. This is, yes, Nupur.
All right. So you sense that this is perhaps more of a political gamut that the Aam Aadmi Party is looking at. Thank you for the moment for joining us, Amandeep. We are now going to go across to news that you just get it. The Patiala House Court has extended Sukesh Chandrashekhar's ED custody till Monday, that's the 27th of February. The ED has said that some new facts and evidence have been found which have to be investigated. Now, the accused Deepak Ramdani and the jail officer DS Meena are to be interrogated together for the second day. The court has extended the accused Deepak Ramdani's ED custody for another 5 days as well. The ED had arrested Sukesh Chandrashekhar in a new case where he's accused of extorting about 3.5 crore rupees from the wife of the former Fortis promoter Malvinder Singh. So that's the latest we are getting in Sukesh Chandrashekhar's case. To remember that yesterday, of course, there was a raid that was conducted at the Mandoli prison where he's housed, where several luxury goods worth crores were seized from. So Sukesh Chandrashekhar's ED custody has now been extended for another 3 days. That's the 27th of February. The ED has said that new facts have come to light, and there is also new evidence that they are now examining, and hence they had asked for an extension in the ED's custody of Sukesh Chandrasekhar. That is something that's been granted by the Patiala House Court. The ED, of course, had also arrested Sukesh Chandrashekar in another case where he's accused of extorting about 3.5 crore rupees from the wife of former Fortis promoter Malvinder Singh. Of course, investigations are also on as to how he managed to do that while being housed in the Tihar jail. So lots of questions still remain in this particular conman case. Right now, of course, the ED has been given 3 more days of custody for Sukesh Chandrasekhar. You are with Republic TV. On the other side, the mayor orders re-election for the standing committee, but ruckus and sloganeering continues unabated. And Russia ramps up attacks as Ukraine war completes a year, but with neither side relenting, who has the edge?
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, mass comm, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Soros The allegedly evil Soros has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, non-Soros media tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
महिला मेयर है, उसके ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, लोगों के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, पूरे सदन को तमाशा बना रखा है। ये तीनों चुनाव आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के आदेश पे हो रहे हैं। ये चुनाव भी नहीं होने देना चाहते, तो ना लोकतंत्र मानते हैं, ना संविधान मानते हैं, ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट मानते हैं।
आपको रिइलेक्शन कराना पड़ेगा।
Pakistan has faced a series of martial laws, 4 military dictators, and the constitution held in abeyance multiple times. And even when the military dictators are not there directly in power, they are the puppeteers behind the throne and they control people. ये story क्या है?
पाकिस्तान की जो जनता है उनको डेमोक्रेसी से कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उनको इस्लाम चाहिए। कहने को बिलावल भुट्टो की पार्टी हो, नवाज शरीफ की पार्टी हो, इमरान खान भी तरीके इंसाफ करते रहते हैं, सब फौज की गोद में बैठना चाहते हैं।
Viewers, we're live and breaking. I'm Shillong. The Prime Minister will be holding multiple rallies in the poll-bound states of Nagaland and Meghalaya today. We'll get you all the details. But first, the headlines we are tracking at this moment. Mass corps given, Amritpal aide to be released. Questions remain. Is Amritpal the law in Punjab now?
कल भी वायलेंस नहीं हुआ था। वायलेंस ऐसा नहीं होता है। वायलेंस में बसों को आग लगा दी जाती है जैसे यूपी बिहार में होता है। वी सी इन महाराष्ट्र एंड अदर स्टेट्स। वायलेंस इज नॉट लाइक दिस। ये क्लैश था और वो क्लैश 10 सेकंड का था।
Amritpal repeats threat, says, do not test my patience. But where is the chief minister? Mayor orders re-election for standing committee, but ruckus and sloganeering continues unabated. In Nagaland, Prime Minister launches a scathing attack on the Vadra Congress, calls out divide and rule politics. The BJP goes all out as campaigning enters a final leg. Prime Minister is set to hold Roadshow in Shillong. Russia ramps up attacks as Ukraine war completes a year, but with neither side relenting. Who has the edge? Viewers, getting some breaking news. Let's start off with that right now. This Friday, days after MHA banned crackdown on Jammu and Kashmir, Ghaznavi force in Jammu and Kashmir. Properties of terrorists linked to JKGF is being attached. Houses of terrorist Abdul Majid in a first Jammu police to attach properties of terrorists. A mega crackdown is happening there in Jammu and Kashmir. Properties of terrorists are being attached, and Gursimran is joining us live for more details. Gursimran, this is a big development coming in where we are seeing a major crackdown on terror in Jammu and Kashmir. Gursimran.
Yes, a major terror crackdown on the terrorism front in Jammu and Kashmir. Days after Ministry of Home Affairs has banned the outfit Jammu Kashmir Ghaznavi Front, now the Jammu and Kashmir Police has begun the action, and this is the house of the terrorist Abdul Majid that is now being attached. The property is being attached by the senior officers of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, and the Special Investigation Unit of the Jammu and Kashmir Police is going to serve this attachment orders. I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that this is the house that was used to harbor two terrorists. The attempt was to revive the terrorism in the Chenab Valley. There were desperate attempts and 3 terrorists were arrested by the Ramban police. They were part of a module that were working on a behest of the Pakistani terror groups to revive the terrorism in the Chenab Valley. This is in the upper reaches of the Ghoul area, in the area of the Ramban, and now the announcement using the drums are being made that this house is being attached. This is to send a message to the entire community that this kind of acts will be punished, and punished in such a way that this will send a message. Now the senior officials of the Jammu and Kashmir Police, they are also here. I'll request Sarjeevan to come this way, that the notices are also being served. This is the attachment notice, the copy of the attachment that this house is being attached by the senior officials of the Jammu and Kashmir Police. Now the announcement too will be made by the senior officials of the Jammu and Kashmir Police who are here at the spot to let the people know that this house belongs to a terrorist and is now being attached as the due process is being followed by the senior members. Important to mention that there has been a crackdown on terror we have seen happening across the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir, and now the senior officials are here at this ground zero. We spoke to SSP Ramban a while back wherein she said that in the coming days also this announcement will, this kind of action will continue in the coming days. Now the announcement, a public announcement will be made by the station house officer of the Ghoul, wherein how this house was being used to harbor the terrorist. It will be declared that this house has now been attached by the senior officers, and the team of SIU has also arrived here at the spot to make the announcement and also to seize the property. The entire area has been put under the cordon. This house was the same house wherein an attack was planned on the police post of the Jammu and Kashmir Police in August, and post that this modus operandi was busted. Now the announcements are being made.
Abdul Majid wal Jamaldeen Qom Loan Sakna Shishal in जो के मुकदमा इला नंबर 69/2022 में दहशत गर्दाना कार्रवाइयों में मुलव्वस पाया गया है और सरेदस्त जेर हरास चला रहा है, और मज़कूरा का मकान दहशत गर्दाना कार्रवाइयों में रिहाइश के लिए इस्तेमाल हुआ है। बदी वजह मकान मज़कूरा को मुतलका अथॉरिटी ने अटैच करने का हुक्म सादर फरमाया है। इम रोज़ मकान मज़कूरा को करारे हुक्म मुतलका अथॉरिटी रूबरू मजिस्ट्रेट व दीगर ओहदेदारान पुलिस अटैच किया जा रहा है। मज़कूरा के मकान को आइंदा बाद ना ही मज़कूरा खुद और ना ही मज़कूरा के अहले खाना का कोई फ़र्द या अफराद फ़रोख्त या ज़ाया कर सकता है और ना ही किसी किस्म की तब्दीली कर सकता है। कोई भी कदम उठाने से पहले मुतलका अथॉरिटी से इजाज़त हासिल करनी होगी।
This means that this house is now being attached by the Jammu and Kashmir Police. The Special Investigation Unit is also here, and now this house, the notice is being attached here by the police authorities that this house will now be used, won't be able to use this house, this premises, as this was a proceed of the terrorism. And I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that the notice that is being pasted here by the Special Investigation Unit of the Ramban. This is SIU Ramban that is also part of this operation along with the district police, and it is it has come from the DSP rank officer. This notice has been issued by the sub-divisional police of the Ghoul. We are showing you these exclusive visuals, only channel reporting from ground zero, where the properties of the terrorists are now being seized. Yes.
Right. Well, thank you, Kursubi, for getting us all the details. A big crackdown happening there in Jammu and Kashmir. A big step being taken, viewers, against terror in the valley. The Special Investigation Unit is conducting the crackdown on terror. Let's go ahead to the other story we are getting for you. This is a story coming in from Pakistan, viewers. An anti-terrorism court in Pakistan has issued an arrest warrant of Home Minister of Pakistan, Rana Sanaullah, asking the police to produce him before the court on March 7th. It's a huge development coming in, and that also means it's a big setback to the incumbent government in Pakistan. That means Pakistan minister called Sanaullah, Rana Sanaullah, he will be produced before court. Viewers, it's a big development, and I'm being joined right now by Kaswar, who's joining us live right now, our correspondent. Kaswar, just take us through exactly what we know so far. We know that the ATC had issued an arrest warrant for Rana Sanaullah, and this is a development which has been happening for the past few days now. Just take us through exactly what the allegations are against this Pakistan minister.
An anti-terrorist court in Pakistan has issued arrest warrant for the Home Minister, Mr. Rana Sanaullah, and it is a huge setback for the incumbent coalition government in Islamabad, let me tell you. And as far as the allegations are concerned, he is accused of threatening former senior, official and their family for the dire consequences some months ago. And these are the very serious, the allegation, because a man who is a home minister, it means the law and order situation across Pakistan falls under his jurisdiction. And now we have heard that, arrest warrant have been issued on the order of anti-terrorism court on the allegation of threatening a senior official against the home minister. So it itself makes it a big, huge story, because the home minister is concerned. Home minister is supposed to take measures to save the lives and the properties of all of the millions of Pakistanis. But on the other hand, he has been accused of threatening a senior officer of Punjab government for dire consequences, not only the senior official but also the family as well. So it is a huge development. Let me tell you, as we have been reporting from Islamabad for a long time, that Pakistan is facing on one side an economic crackdown. The trouble is hunting Pakistan. On the other hand, Imran Khan is up to hamper the coalition government as well. So on the one hand is the economic crisis, on the other hand a political storm is brewing, and in the middle of these two crises now we heard that an anti-terrorist court has issued the arrest warrant for a big huge politician on which the coalition government is actually banking. So it's a setback for the coalition government in Islamabad. And in a nutshell, we can say that a number of crises have actually cornered Nuclear-armed state Pakistan, and this is what I can tell you from Islamabad. Economic crisis, political storm, and in the middle of these two storms, the politician, the big politician like Rana Sanaullah, they are hunting by not only by their actions but also by the courts in Pakistan as well. And this is a sad story from nuclear-armed state that is called Pakistan.
Right, Kaswar. Just hold on, because I'm being joined right now by Major Gaurav Arya joining us right now. I just want to go ahead to you and ask you that while Pakistan is going through so much at this point of time, so much financial crisis, and while going through financial crisis, we saw they were targeting Imran Khan. Now we see that's a big embarrassment coming in, because there's an arrest warrant issued against the Home Minister of Pakistan, Rana Sanaullah. Major Gaurav Arya.
Yeah, this is very, very unfortunate, and this is all Pakistani politics which is happening. There is a charge of treason against Imran Khan. Somebody will file a charge of treason or terrorism against Rana Sanaullah. I mean, I don't understand. Imran Khan is the former Prime Minister. How can you file a case of treason against Imran Khan or against terrorism? They have filed such cases against each other, and they don't realize that, they are simply destroying their own country. And the rest of the world is clapping and having fun at Pakistan's expense. This is all political vindictiveness. And it'll amount to nothing. They have filed a case, fine, it'll come in the news for 1 or 2 days. He'll get bail, he'll be out. And the unfortunate part is that the judiciary is divided, There are judges who are supporting Imran Khan, there are judges who are supporting the PDM, and this is how it's playing out in Pakistan. Very unfortunate, very unfortunate.
Right. And Major Gaurav Arya, thank you so much for joining us here, Republica TV. Major Gaurav Arya, telling us about what this really means, what are the implications of this development coming in from Pakistan. Pakistan Minister Sanaullah to be produced before court. He is the Home Minister. He is the Home Minister of Pakistan. So it's a very big setback coming in for the government there as well. Thank you also our correspondent from Islamabad, the customer, for joining us. Taking a very short break, much more coming up on the other side as we continue to be live and breaking.
Prime Minister is expected to arrive here in Shillong any time now. There's a roadshow, but before that, there's a rock concert, rock band here to welcome the Prime Minister. We are live from Shillong, from Battleground, Meghalaya. Stay tuned, coming back live with the updates and the reportage from here.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
Has been broken by the protesters, and in fact they have moved all kind of security layers and they are moving towards the police station. Entire situation is getting tense and the police is trying to control the situation as well. लाठी चार्ज हो चुका है यहाँ पे। यहाँ तस्वीर बहुत बदतर हो चुकी है, जो पत्थर है चलाने शुरू कर दिए और इन लोगों ने पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर तक जो है वो धावा बोल दिया है, क्योंकि इनका कहना ये था कि जो अमृतपाल सिंह के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज हुई है उसमें जो लोग गिरफ्तार हुए हैं उनको छुड़वाया जाए।
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, non-Soros media tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee?
Viewers, welcome back. Ahead of the soon-to-be-held Meghalaya Assembly elections on February 27th, Prime Minister Modi will be seen supporting BJP candidates in the state. He will be participating in a roadshow in Shillong and later on in Meghalaya as well. The Prime Minister will be seen in Shillong and he will be addressing the people after paying floral tributes to 3 freedom fighters of the state. Let's go straight across to Niranjan, who's joining us live right now. And Niranjan, we are seeing that a lot of anticipation just before the Prime Minister's address. Let's go over to you and see what's happening there.
Well, Shivangi, I can't hear you clearly, but the Prime Minister is going to arrive here anytime now. He's going to land in Shillong. We saw some choppers flying by. So I think the stage is set. He's going to land. There's a roadshow about 3 kilometers, where he will be moving through the heart of Shillong and arriving here. And it's been a big build-up to the Prime Minister's event. And rock bands, rock concert, music, one way of welcoming the Prime Minister here in Shillong. For the last 3 hours, this band on stage has been performing, just pulling in the crowd. So thousands of people coming in from different parts of Meghalaya. So Meghalaya is a state where there are 3 regions, primarily the Garo, Jaintia Hills and the Khasi regions where people are coming in from. And it's going to be a very, very close election. But the Prime Minister in the morning was in Nagaland, coming here any time now, and he's giving it his everything. He's going to 2 different regions. He's in Shillong now. He comes here to Shillong. From Shillong he goes to Tura, and in Tura he's going to address a huge rally. We are hearing that there are thousands of people who already gathered in Tura. So it's an electric atmosphere here, just building up to the Prime Minister's event when he comes here. Every election is different. Every election is different, Shivangi. And Meghalaya is a state where music is very close to the hearts of people. And so that's one reason why you'll see a lot of music part of the Prime Minister's campaign and the roadshow. In fact, this entire road, if my video journalist can show you, this entire road where people have gathered, this is a square basically where people have gathered. And throughout this entire route, people will be, people have gathered along this 3-kilometer route, and along this route, there are also 3 or 4 stages that have been set up. Stages where there are different bands performing. So there's one band right behind me. About 1 kilometer from here, there's another band, and another kilometer from there, there's another band. So it's like a music festival, if I can call it that, here in Shillong, with the Prime Minister coming here, and lovely music for us. Before you come to me, Shivangi, I've been standing here listening to some good music. So that's one new experience for us, on the election campaign trail this year. But that apart, I think this is going to be a very close election, and close election because in Meghalaya there are not just 1 or 2 parties, there are 5 or 6 parties that will be in the fray, including the NPP, Conrad Sangma's party, the BJP, which is a part of the government but not fighting with NPP. They are fighting separately on all 60 seats. So it's a very interesting election in that way. And there's a Trinamool Congress, which is the new entrant in this election, with Mukul Sangma, who quit along with all his leaders and joined the Trinamool Congress here, effectively making the Congress non-present in the hill state here. So Congress are struggling, which is one of the reasons why Rahul Gandhi, perhaps last seen in Gujarat, came here yesterday and addressed a rally, even though the crowds weren't so impressive. Mallikarjun Kharge was here. So they're going all out as well. So TMC versus Congress versus UDP versus the BJP and the NPP. And there are so many more smaller parties, and no one party is, has a stronghold in any of the 3 regions, which makes it even more interesting this election. If you look at the 3 states that have gone to polls in 2023, the first half, Tripura, Meghalaya and Nagaland. Tripura likely to have a clean government, a clear mandate there, and the BJP is hopeful that they will return to power with TMC also playing a role there. Likely that the opposition votes will get split. But here in Meghalaya, it's likely to be a hung house. If Conrad Sangma gets the majority, it will be the first time since the formation of the state when any government got the clean majority. But for Conrad Sangma, he's the third chief minister since the 60s and 70s to have completed his term. So a very interesting election, all in all, in Meghalaya, with many factors. People want jobs, people want employment, and people want a livelihood. And all of these questions will be weighing on the minds of the voters on the 27th of March when voting happens. But yes, you'll see that people are just enjoying the music here while the Prime Minister arrives. Culture and heritage of Meghalaya as well. A lot of performers, your young performers who've come here, they will be performing to welcome the Prime Minister here, and different regions of Meghalaya, they've all come here to welcome him. And it's interesting because they've heard about the Prime Minister, And never before, like we've been saying, never before has the Northeast seen the Prime Minister making so many visits, and that's why it becomes all the more special for them, because they've not seen any Prime Minister come as many times to the Northeast, and perhaps the first visit for the Prime Minister in Meghalaya in 2023. But he has been proudly saying that no government in the past has done as much for the Northeast, and Meghalaya is a state where a lot of funding comes from the centre. At least 80% of the funding comes from the centre. So they're heavily dependent on the centre. So whether or not the BJP is part of the government, the centre will have a huge role to play. So waiting for the Prime Minister. The build-up is fantastic. Electric here. Young crowds that have also turned up in large numbers. Many also to listen into the good music. And what better experience can they have than to see the Prime Minister speaking here on stage in some time from now. He's coming here in about 30 minutes, we are told. He should be here. This is the stage which has been set up for him, and he will be live up on stage in some time from now. And I think Aniruddha is also live. Aniruddha is live from another location 1 kilometer from here. If he's live, you can go and take a hit from him as well, just to give us a sense of how many people have gathered, and to get you the full picture from Shillong. Back to you, Shivangi.
Right, Niranjan, this is biggest coverage on PM's Roadshow, and Aniruddha is live with us as well. Aniruddha, what's happening where you are? And like Niranjan was telling us, multiple developments. The mood there is electric, but we also know the BJP has, in fact, in its manifesto in Meghalaya promised 33% reservation for women in all government jobs, 100% implementation of Jal Jeevan Mission and PM Awas Yojana as well. A very, very big day there, Aniruddha.
Yes, in fact, Shivangi, as we speak here today, you can see behind me a lot of people have gathered here. We are being told that more than 20 to 25,000 people have gathered all the way from the Central Library to the Police Bazaar point, where finally the Prime Minister will be addressing the crowd here. Around 20 to 25,000 people all along the road have gathered here. There are multiple cultural troops here who have come here to perform as the Prime Minister will be coming here. They will be performing to welcome the Prime Minister in a traditional Meghalayan way. All the three major tribes of Meghalaya, the Garo tribe, the Jaintia tribe and the Khasi tribe, have their cultural troops gathered here, and this is a view of the Wangala dance that you are seeing on your screen. And apart from that, apart from the Wangala dance, also the Masti dance by the Khasi tribe will be performed here, and the Jaintia tribe will be performing a plate dance. And as we speak, there is a huge momentum going on here with the people from where Niranjan was also speaking. There are also a lot of people, particularly youths, have gathered in large number with the rock bands, several rock bands from the state of Meghalaya performing there and waiting for the Prime Minister to arrive. And we are being told that the Prime Minister has already landed in Shillong, and in a short while from now he will be coming to the Central Library, to the State Central Library, where he will be paying tribute to the freedom fighters, and from there he will start his roadshow, which will end at Police Bazaar point. And we are also getting to know that the Prime Minister, also on his way back, he will be again going to the Central Library from Police Bazaar, continuing the roadshow. And Niranjan will be adding more from the Police Bazaar point. Niranjan.
Yes, and I think he's landed. Aniruddha. It's going to be one interesting roadshow. Very, very rarely the Prime Minister does roadshows. In fact, the last roadshow that we saw him do was the long one in Gujarat, I remember, just before the Gujarat elections. And in Meghalaya, he's giving it his everything. Just before the state votes on the 27th. You can just see, behind me, people, very interesting. up on buildings. Some are up on buildings there. That's the old Secretariat building there. People, just standing to catch a glimpse of him and also watching the concert from afar. This is a festival for them. And what better way to bring in the elections with a music festival almost, right? I mean, it's going to be interesting. State of Meghalaya, just about 3.5 million people, out of which about 2 million will be voting. We'll take a short break here on Republic TV. But when we come back, we will be live from Shillong. That's the roadshow of the Prime Minister that's just begun. The Prime Minister being welcomed by rock bands, concert and the youth of Meghalaya. Stay tuned.
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't governments and the state and everybody, army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Has been broken by the protesters, and in fact they have moved all kind of security layers and they are moving towards the police station. Entire situation is getting tense and the police is trying to control the situation as well. लाठी चार्ज हो चुका है यहाँ पे. यहाँ तस्वीर बहुत बदतर हो चुकी है. जो पत्थर है चलाने शुरू कर दिए और इन लोगों ने पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर तक जो है वो धावा बोल दिया है, क्योंकि इनका कहना ये था कि जो अमृतपाल सिंह के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज हुई है उसमें जो लोग गिरफ्तार हुए हैं उनको छुड़वाया जाए.
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem. These people, who we will henceforth refer to as the hashtag Soros media, are therefore very rich media. The ironical part is that these completely blemished hashtag Soros media then asks the non-Soros media ethical questions. The Soros media asks the non-Soros media, non-Soros media tell us who owns the news. Well, I tell them, Uncle Soros owns you. These unethical members of the Soros media have been completely lying and constantly lying and saying, oh, you got to pay to keep the news free. We are so poor, we have no money, the mainstream media has money, we are broke, help us, please give us 100 rupees. Why 100 rupees? Should even 1 rupee be given by you?
has faced a series of martial laws, 4 military dictators, and the constitution held in abeyance multiple times. And even when the military dictators are not there directly in power, they are the puppeteers behind the throne and they control people. ये story क्या है?
पाकिस्तान की जो जनता है उनको डेमोक्रेसी से कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उनको इस्लाम चाहिए। कहने को बिलावल भुट्टो की पार्टी हो, नवाज शरीफ की पार्टी हो, इमरान खान भी तरीके इंसाफ करते रहते हैं, सब फौज की गोद में बैठना चाहते हैं।
Thank you for staying tuned to this edition of Live and Breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. Prime Minister will shortly be holding a massive roadshow in Shillong. We'll get you that live coverage, starting first with the top headlines. Man's police gives in to Amritpal's demands. His aide set to be released soon.
The victory march which you are trying to project.
No, I am going to Gurdwara Sahib. This is a Sangat. I didn't invite the Sangat. Wherever I go, Sangat comes.
Okay.
In the respect of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay. I again want to ask you, sir. I know. There are a lot of enthusiasm over here. But मैं आपसे फिर से पूछना चाहता हूँ, सर, कि आप भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत हैं? आपसे
There was no Bharat. There was no India before 1947. It's a union of states. We must respect the unions. We must respect the states. Otherwise, you know what we say, we don't respect diversity, we lose everything. So I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Sir, I want to ask you a very simple question.
Republic confronts Khalistan supporter Amritpal Singh as he continues his Khalistan rant. But Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has different priorities. He's busy in campaigning. Prime Minister lands in Meghalaya any moment from now. Prime Minister to begin his roadshow. Ahead of the soon-to-be-held Meghalaya elections, Prime Minister to be seen supporting BJP candidates. Russian forces ramp up attack as Ukraine war enters its second year now. All right, we start with the news break coming in this hour. Prime Minister having landed in Meghalaya. In fact, any moment from now, the Prime Minister's massive roadshow would begin in Shillong. We have Niranjan and Aniruddha joining us right from that location where the Prime Minister would be holding that roadshow. The visuals on your screens right now where you can see people euphoric and very energetic as the roadshow is set to begin any moment from now. Niranjan, if you can give us a sense as to the excitement that is very much palpable on the ground.
Well, Samiksha, the Prime Minister is about to reach the Central Library, so I'm not sure whether you're getting the live shots of him at the Central Library, but he has landed and the roadshow has begun, and any time now we should be able to get live pictures. I just heard the band that is playing here behind me say that this is the last song, which means the Prime Minister should be reaching here any time now, maybe within the next 5 to 6 minutes. So we're expecting the Prime Minister to reach any time now, and when he reaches, he's going to greet people, he will be speaking and leaving from here. Perhaps he's delayed because he was supposed to reach here around 12, but he decided to change his plans to go to Nagaland first. Nagaland and Meghalaya go to polls on the same day, which is the 27th of March, in about 3 days from now. And he's been there this morning. He comes to Shillong. He's already here. After the roadshow ends, the Prime Minister will proceed to Tura. So he has 3 rallies, 3 events in the poll-bound states, and he will be, he will be moving from here But it's been a fantastic experience. I think let me go across to Aniruddha because the Prime Minister is going to come to his location, which is the Central Library. Aniruddha, the Prime Minister, we understand, is already there. The roadshow has begun. Aniruddha.
Yes, Niranjan, in fact, as you have already pointed out, that the Prime Minister has already landed, and we are getting to know that from the Air Force helipad where he has landed, he has left for the Central Library in Shillong, and from Central Library, first he will be paying tribute to the Khasi freedom fighters, and thereafter the roadshow will begin. And as we stand here, you can see thousands of people, in fact, thousands of people from all walks of life have gathered here, and they have come here all set to welcome the Prime Minister to the capital city of Meghalaya, that is Shillong. And as the euphoria is very high, as you have also seen, Niranjan, from where you are, the Police Bazaar point, thousands of people have gathered here. Police Bazaar, which is always busy. In fact, all the business establishment has also shut down today in order to witness the roadshow of the Prime Minister. And it is not only a roadshow with the rock bands, performing at the rock capital of India. It's more of a roadshow combined with a rock show. So yes, the euphoria is quite high here, and in any moment from now, we are expecting the Prime Minister to arrive here. A lot of people from different walks of life coming here all together. The various cultural troops have also gathered here to give a traditional welcome to the Prime Minister. The Jaintia tribe, the Khasi tribe, as well as the Garo tribe, all three major tribes of Meghalaya will be performing their traditional dances to welcome the Prime Minister. And I think that the Prime Minister has already arrived at the Central Library, at the State Central Library, and from there the rally will be, the roadshow will start, and it's around 1.5 to 2 kilometers of roadshow that the Prime Minister will take part in, and thereafter he will be addressing a rally in Police Bazaar point where Niranjan is. Niranjan.
Yes, I think the state leaders are also taking position here. The state leaders are also taking position here, and the band has, finished performing. But the thousands of people who've gathered here this morning, coming from different parts of Meghalaya. By the way, the Prime Minister, before he comes here, pays tribute to three freedom fighters of the state, including Tirot Singh, Kiang Nangba, and Patogan Sangma. He pays tribute to them, and then he comes here to Shillong Central Point, where we are. The thousands of people have gathered here. Let's try and speak to some of them and find out why they are here. क्यों आए आप यहाँ पे?
मोदी जी से मिलने।
मोदी जी से मिलने। और आप मोदी जी के बारे में कुछ बोलना चाहते हैं, जो नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लिए आप वो कर रहे हैं, आप देखना क्यों चाहते हैं, उनको सुनना क्यों चाहते हैं?
मोदी जी यहाँ का बहुत विकास करेंगे, ये हमारी उम्मीद है हम सबकी।
So most people that we've been speaking to since this morning are saying that they're here to listen to Modi, listen to the Prime Minister. One thing that they say is that they have, you just heard us say Vikas. He's done a lot of development, brought a lot of development to the northeast, and you see that you see that in the highways that are built, interconnecting the states here. We came all the way from Guwahati, and these are projects that the government, the central government especially, is undertaking at a large scale. So perhaps, like we've been saying, not seen or heard of any Prime Minister who's travelled to the northeast as often, and that's why they're turning here. They've turned out here in large numbers, and this is the center point. By the way, it's not some big rally ground. This is the center of Shillong, a square where the Prime Minister will be speaking. So the security is tight. Over 1,000 officers deployed, because not very often do people get to sort of see the Prime Minister up close. And this is right next to the stage where we are. The Prime Minister will be right here, and the people who've gathered here in large numbers as well to see him up close. And when he comes here, he will be arriving from here, where the short while from now. The Prime Minister has spoken most often about, his interest in the Northeast, projects for the Northeast, development in the Northeast. So even if Meghalaya is a close battle for them, they're not leaving anything to chance and making sure that they make every vote count here in the state of Meghalaya. Unlike the last elections and unlike the last few years, the BJP is not with Conrad Sangma in this election. They're fighting 60 seats all by themselves. So each NPP and the BJP fighting separately in this election, along with the other parties, including TMC and the Congress, all of them fighting on their own strengths, which makes it a multi-layered battle here in Meghalaya. And that's why it's more interesting, this election, and the Prime Minister putting his might behind the state unit here. I just saw the BJP state president also come here, Ernest Mori, who's also here. So different culture here, different people, and different interests and the aspirations of people are different here. But most important among them, the youth of Meghalaya are looking for jobs, and I think that's where they see some sort of a hope, perhaps in what I think. All right, I'm handing it back to you for now. When the Prime Minister comes, we'll come back. I think there's some development in the Amritpal story. Back to you for now.
All right, appreciate you getting us all the latest. Niranjan and Aniruddha, of course, reporting live from the Roadshow rally where Prime Minister would be there in just a short while from now. You can see hundreds and thousands of those BJP workers, people, in fact, of Meghalaya who've gathered in large numbers. Spirits definitely high as they await Prime Minister to reach at that location to hold that massive roadshow. All right, moving on to the other big story that we've been tracking on Amritpal Singh and his supporters. Latest, of course, remember that has come in that Amritpal Singh's aide, who's all set to be released soon. In fact, Republic confronted Amritpal Singh, who reiterated the idea of Free India, said that he wants a separate Khalistan state. Let's listen into that exclusive conversation, in fact, that confrontation we had with the Khalistani supporter Amritpal Singh.
But now, why are these slogans being chanted? Is this again a victory march which you are trying to project?
No, I am going to Gurdwara Sahib. This is a Sangat. I didn't invite the Sangat. Wherever I go, Sangat comes.
Okay.
In the respect of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay. I again want to ask you, sir. I know. There are a lot of enthusiasm over here. But मैं आपसे फिर से पूछना चाहता हूँ, सर, कि आप भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत हैं? आपसे
There was no Bharat. There was no India before 1947. It's a union of states. We must respect the unions. We must respect the states. Otherwise, what we say, we don't respect diversity, we lose everything. So I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Sir, I want to ask you a very simple question, sir. Yeah. You are very proud of your Sikh identity, right? You are very proud of your Sikh.
Calm down, brother.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, you're very proud of your Sikh identity, sir.
Calm down.
But sir, in that way, sir, even the Sikhs have, sacrificed their life for the nation. They have sacrificed their life for Mother India.
They sacrificed their lives and they got what in the return? 1984 genocide. They got Punjab separated in 3 parts. They got their water looted. So, what we have to understand, there are many things you don't know because you don't live in Punjab. Punjab have a different phenomena. Punjab have a different energy. So Punjab is a totally different phenomena. If you sitting outside, you don't understand here. You are here. Do you think this is something constructive?
Because sir, मैं चाहता हूँ कि सब लोग आपको
हुई है बीते तमाम वर्षों में और विकास के एक नए युग की शुरुआत बीते कुछ वर्षों में हमने
All right, cutting across to the visuals that are just coming in, Prime Minister there having landed in Meghalaya. Very shortly, he would be starting the roadshow that would be held. This, of course, in the run-up to the Meghalaya polls, all set to take place on the 27th of this month. Niranjan and Aniruddha, of course, continue to be with us from the location where Prime Minister would be holding the roadshow. Niranjan, over to you. Give us a sense as to what is happening. The reactions you are picking up from the location of the people who are very excited ahead of Prime Minister's roadshow.
Well, yes, this is the roadshow that the Prime Minister has just begun. He's at the Central Library as we speak. So we'll stay with the live pictures. The Prime Minister in pole-bound Meghalaya today. He's going to travel to Tura after this. He's in Shillong right now, and here where we are, the stage is set for him to come and speak. He's expected here any time now. Maybe in the next 5 to 10 minutes, the Prime Minister should reach. The roadshow has begun, and security has been beefed up. Samiksha, ahead of his visit, it started at the Central Library. That's where the Prime Minister is right now. You're looking at the live pictures. It will end at the Police Bazaar. This is where we are right now, the Police Bazaar in the Central Point area, where he will address this public meeting in some time from now. And thousands of people are here.
Hello. प्रधानमंत्री मोदी का ये काफिला और सड़क के दोनों ओर बड़ी संख्या में लोग मौजूद हैं। प्रधानमंत्री के इस्तकबाल के लिए फूलों की वर्षा कर रहे हैं। पारंपरिक वेशभूषा में लोग नजर आ रहे हैं शिलोंग की इन सड़कों पर। और ये नॉर्थ ईस्ट ने खुद को तमाम विकास के साथ साथ अपनी संस्कृति को सहेज के रखा हुआ है, अपनी सभ्यता को सहेज के रखा हुआ है, और वो आज परिधानों के माध्यम से भी झलकती है। प्रधानमंत्री दोनों हाथ से सड़क के दोनों ओर मौजूद लोगों का अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए, लोगों में खुशी की लहर। लोग खुश हैं अपने बीच प्रधानमंत्री को पाकर, अपनी सभ्यता को सहेज के रखा हुआ है, और वो आज परिधानों के माध्यम से भी झलकती है। प्रधानमंत्री दोनों हाथ से सड़क के दोनों ओर मौजूद लोगों का अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए, लोगों में खुशी की लहर। लोग खुश हैं अपने बीच प्रधानमंत्री को पाकर, हाथ हिलाकर इस्तकबाल कर रहे हैं, मोबाइल में तस्वीरें कैद कर रहे हैं। ये उत्सुकता अपने आप में बहुत कुछ बयां करती है। और हमने देखा है कि तमाम मौकों पर प्रधानमंत्री जब कभी भी जनता से सीधे संवाद के लिए, सीधे जुड़ाव के लिए सड़क पर रोड शो करने के लिए जाते हैं, तो हजारों की संख्या में लोग निकल के आते हैं, लाखों की संख्या में लोग निकल के आते हैं और प्रधानमंत्री की एक झलक देखने के लिए। और आज ऐसी ही तस्वीरें हम एक बार फिर से शिलोंग की सड़कों से देख रहे हैं, जहां पर बड़ी संख्या में लोग पहुंचे हुए हैं और मोदी मोदी के नारे भी साफ तौर से सुने जा सकते हैं। और ये अपने आप में बताता है कि प्रधानमंत्री को लेकर किस प्रकार से लोगों के अंदर उत्साह है, किस तरह से लोगों के अंदर स्वीकारता है, और कैसे इस उत्साह की वजह से लोग प्रधानमंत्री की एक झलक पाने के लिए शिलोंग की सड़कों पर पहुंचे हुए हैं। और लोग काफी समय से इंतजार कर रहे हैं, खिली हुई धूप का एक बढ़िया बेहतर मौसम, और लोग हाथ हिलाकर प्रधानमंत्री का अभिवादन करते हुए। और निश्चित तौर से प्रधानमंत्री के इस काफिले में उनकी सुरक्षा के मद्देनजर तमाम प्रकार के इंतजामात भी होते हैं। कई बार सिग्नल ब्रेक भी इस सुरक्षा प्रोटोकॉल के चलते होते हैं, और शायद इसलिए भी वो तस्वीरें लगातार बेहतरी से कनेक्टिविटी नहीं होती, क्योंकि प्रधानमंत्री की सुरक्षा प्राथमिकता है बनस्पत उन तस्वीरों की लाइव स्ट्रीमिंग के। तो इस वजह से कई बार ये स्थिति भी आती है, लेकिन निश्चित तौर से ये तस्वीरें बहुत कुछ बयां करने के लिए काफी हैं कि हजारों की संख्या में लोग उमड़े हुए हैं प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को देखने के लिए। शिलोंग की ये सड़कें और अपने आप में प्रधानमंत्री का धुआंधार प्रचार का आज का दिन, और ये 24 फरवरी का दिन, क्योंकि 27 को वोटिंग होनी है नागालैंड और मेघालय में। हमने देखा कि प्रधानमंत्री के आज के इस दौरे में दोनों ही राज्यों में जनता के साथ जुड़ाव, संवाद की बात है। और अब से कुछ देर पहले प्रधानमंत्री ने जब रैली की, इस बात को कहा कि कैसे पूर्वोत्तर उनके लिए अष्ट लक्ष्मी है, क्योंकि 8 राज्यों को अपने लक्ष्मी के स्वरूप के तौर पर उन्होंने परिभाषित किया। और ये कहा कि किस तरह से नॉर्थ ईस्ट बहुत महत्वपूर्ण रखता है पूरे भारत के लिए, दिल्ली के लिए। पूर्ववर्ती स्थितियां अलग थीं, एक अलग प्रकार की सरकारी व्यवस्थाएं होती थी, भ्रष्टाचार की बात होती थी, डिवाइड की बात होती थी, एक प्रकार का उग्रवाद दिखाई पड़ता था, अशांति का माहौल था। लेकिन बीते 8-9 वर्षों में स्थितियां बहुत बदल गई हैं, शांति स्थापना हुई है, तमाम पीस अकॉर्ड हुए हैं, उसके आधार पर शांति की एक स्थापना की गई है। और ये साफ तौर पे दिखाई पड़ता है कि शांति स्थापना के बाद में विकास की जो तमाम परियोजनाएं हैं वो समय पर पूरा होती नजर आ रही हैं। इस बात का जिक्र भी प्रधानमंत्री ने अब से कुछ देर पहले अपने भाषण में किया कि डिवाइड से डिवाइन की ओर, क्योंकि डिवाइन एक योजना है जिसके माध्यम से समय पे परियोजनाएं नॉर्थ ईस्ट में पूरी हो, वो कोशिश है। लोग फूल फेंक रहे हैं प्रधानमंत्री के ऊपर, ये लोगों के इस जुड़ाव, प्यार को दिखाता है कि प्रधानमंत्री के प्रति उनका लगाव। और ये आवाज, जो तस्वीरें अपने आप में बहुत कुछ बयां करने के लिए काफी है। लोगों के अंदर की उत्सुकता, क्योंकि हिंदुस्तान के किसी भी राज्य में अगर प्रधानमंत्री जब जाते हैं तो उनके प्रति जो आकर्षण है लोगों का, उनके लिए जो स्वीकारता है लोगों की, वो कमोवेश एक जैसी ही नजर आती है। चाहे उत्तर भारत के राज्य हो, दक्षिण भारत के राज्य हो, पूर्वोत्तर के राज्य हो, पश्चिम भारत के राज्य हो, या फिर पूर्वी भारत के राज्य हो, जहां कहीं भी प्रधानमंत्री का रोड शो हम इस प्रकार से देखते हैं तो निश्चित तौर से एक बहुत बड़ी संख्या में जनसैलाब लोगों का दिखाई पड़ता है। और वही जनसैलाब आज इस वक्त शिलोंग की सड़कों पर साफ तौर पर देखने को मिल रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री भी तमाम उन लोगों से जो सड़क के किनारे मौजूद हैं उनकी एक झलक पाने के लिए उनसे सीधा एक तरीके से कनेक्ट करते हुए, हाथ हिलाकर उनका अभिवादन स्वीकार करते हुए, ये अपने आप में एक बड़ी बात होती है जब देश का मुखिया प्रधानमंत्री सीधे लोगों के साथ में जुड़ता है, संवाद करता है और उनके इस प्रकार के जो जेस्चर्स हैं वो अपने आप में बहुत कुछ बयां करते हैं, लोगों के साथ कनेक्ट करते हुए नजर आते हैं। और शायद इसीलिए प्रधानमंत्री मोदी को देश के सर्वोच्च नेता के तौर पर और विश्व में एक बड़े वैश्विक नेता के तौर पर जो स्वीकारता मिलती है उसके पीछे एक बड़ा कारण यही है कि वो जन जन के नेता के तौर पर खुद को जनता के साथ में जुड़े रखना चाहते हैं। और शायद
crowds there as he enters Shillong. The Prime Minister is in the heart of Shillong now. In fact, the tunes of Vande Mataram and Modi Modi chants welcoming the Prime Minister here into the Shillong Square. Thousands of people there lining up along the streets. And traditional performances also lined up there to welcome the Prime Minister into Shillong. And that's him there. People lining up on the streets, waving the BJP flag. So saffron-clad streets of Shillong as the Prime Minister waves out to the crowds. That huge cavalcade, in fact, that received him at the airport, proceeding towards from the Central Library towards the Police Bazaar. As along the way, there are two primary themes that are welcoming the Prime Minister. One, music performances and rock bands you'll see there through the way, throughout this entire route. There have been several music performances specifically for the Prime Minister, to welcome the Prime Minister. And where we are right now, you will hear the tunes of Vande Mataram, welcoming the Prime Minister in this part of Shillong. And as he progresses there, people who've gathered, and these are people who've come from different parts of Meghalaya, and given the porous borders and how close each states are intertwined in their cultures, people from outside Meghalaya as well, we were told that people are coming in from different parts of the northeast to catch a glimpse of him. We just met a family that had traveled all the way from Meghalaya's Tura district, the Tura Garo regions, Jaintia Hills, and they're all here. Khasi region, from different regions, from different states. There are people from Mizoram and Tripura as well. So Shillong is one city which sees a lot of culture, intermingling of cultures, intermingling of people as well. And they're all here to catch a glimpse of him. And that's him there, the Prime Minister waving to the crowds. And he will be paying tributes to three leaders who've also laid down their lives in the freedom struggle. 3 freedom fighters from the state of Meghalaya. And then proceeding here at the central point. This is a meeting that the Prime Minister will address. And thousands of people have gathered here. And many of them BJP workers, BJP supporters here to greet the Prime Minister. In fact, he's just past the Central Library where my colleague Aniruddha is right now. This particular election, the BJP is fighting alone, and the Prime Minister doing the heavy lifting for them once again, like he has been in the different states. And he's going to be talking about the employment opportunities and the generating of employment opportunities in the state. That's what the BJP has been talking about for the last few weeks since the campaigning began, saying that even though they're a part of the government, they claim that their plans are different for the state of Meghalaya, that they want to ramp up the recruitment process if the BJP is voted. And the Trinamool Congress has been questioning that. But the BJP will, when the Prime Minister comes here, there's only one thing on his mind, to tell people about his vision for the Northeast, his vision for the people of Meghalaya, and he will be speaking to them in a few minutes from now. Those are pictures that you're seeing from different vantage points, coverage from Doordarshan, and the different outputs that you're getting here, the multi-camera setup that has been in place for the Prime Minister's visit. And the BJP leaders also are gathering there on the other side of the road to welcome the Prime Minister as he arrives here, and to escort him up on stage. And thousands of BJP workers from across Meghalaya have also gathered here. This is a town square where we are, so the security has also been ramped up in this particular part, since it is mostly a market area, a small square. Let me see if Aniruddha has some updates where he has. Aniruddha, if you have some updates, yeah, let me go across to him.
Yes, Niranjan, we can see the carcass of the Prime Minister coming, and the Prime Minister has arrived here. In a short while from now, we are going to bring you the first glimpse, and as the carcass of the Prime Minister approaches, we can see people chanting Modi, Modi, and here is the carcass of the Prime Minister approaching the public meeting venue in Police Bazaar Point, and Republic is the only channel to bring you exclusive visuals of the Prime Minister's roadshow in Shillong from different points. And as we report, you can see the Prime Minister's carcass has arrived here. The Prime Minister here, you can see the first glimpse of the Prime Minister from this point where I am standing. The Prime Minister waving at the people. Thousands of people have gathered here from all walks of life. They have come here to witness this historic roadshow of the Prime Minister. This is the first roadshow of the Prime Minister here in Meghalaya, and you can see these visuals of the Prime Minister approaching as he waves at the crowd who have gathered here. People showering flowers on the Prime Minister. A different aura altogether.
Line there with Aniruddha. A lot of jammers. Also remember there's a lot of jammers as the Prime Minister is passing. The cavalcade just arriving here, and look at that. Thousands of people trying to get every inch possible where they can stand on the footpaths, all barricaded, of course, to welcome him. And a lot of, the Prime Minister trying to greet his, waving out to as many people as possible there as he proceeds from the Central Library towards this particular area. Now, the entire election that the BJP is fighting in Meghalaya this time will be around the Prime Minister. In fact, he's doing the heavy lifting for them once again. There he is, just about to enter this main square, from where he will be going up on stage and speaking to the people who've gathered here in Shillong. This is a public meeting. The Prime Minister will be addressing a public meeting, very different in fact from the other rallies that the Prime Minister usually does, where he speaks to large crowds in grounds or at the venues. This one is different for the Prime Minister. Last minute checks being done as we speak. Last minute checks, security checks, dog squads in place. I can see that all of them are preparing for the Prime Minister to arrive any second now. He should be here. The SPG, the cavalcade with the Prime Minister moving along with the SPG, and as we speak he's just proceeding towards our location. Security beefed up in Shillong. This is the roadshow that the Prime Minister is a part of, from Central Library ending at the Police Bazaar. Over 1,000 security personnel. The Meghalaya Police, Central Armed Police Forces deployed along this route along with the SPG of the Prime Minister, who will also be, by the way, paying floral tributes to 3 freedom fighters of the state, namely Tirot Singh, Kiang Nangba and Patogon Sangma. And special arrangements have been made for him. They've been preparing for him. You can see that the cultural performances are about to begin. Here. The Prime Minister is here. I think the cavalcade has arrived. There you have the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister is in the frame. The car is here, just arriving. That's the Prime Minister's car that I see here. It's here. The car is here, and he's just about getting off. In the studio is the Prime Minister being greeted there. The Prime Minister's car is here. The thousands of people who are already here, in fact, in the frame. The state leadership included, waiting for him to arrive here. And any time now, he's been trying to talk to as many people as possible. Gesturing to the crowds as well. This is a 1 to 3 kilometer roadshow that he's been a part of. This is the kind of connect that often the people speak of. They haven't seen a Prime Minister who comes as often to the northeast. And this is his first visit to Shillong, but the Prime Minister has been to Shillong before. And there you have him. That's the Prime Minister Modi in our frame. He's just arrived. It's pretty, let me tell you, it's pretty hot here. So he's up on the bonnet and he's meeting the people. And look at him. He's waving out to the crowds here. All the people trying to gesture to as many people as possible. That's Prime Minister Modi with the SPG, keeping a close eye, giving the crowds that the crowds are so close to him this time around, and waving to as many people as possible. He's here. This is what they've been waiting for. I think from here he will be getting off and going up on stage. Modi Modi chants. The Modi Modi chants that we've seen ever since his campaigning began. You know, before he became the Prime Minister. It's that chant, that Modi Modi chant, that's typical of every campaign that he's a part of. He's just getting off from the car. He's getting off from the sunroof. It's that famous sunroof that you see most often in election rallies these days of the Prime Minister popping out of the sunroof and waving out to crowds. That's quite an effective campaign that many leaders are trying to sort of copy now. You haven't seen too many leaders do that. There he is. It's fantastic. He seems pretty happy looking at the kind of crowds. You know, he often speaks of the crowds that gather for him. And he's going up on stage. The Prime Minister walking up and should be addressing. And not very often actually, you know, Shivangi, Samiksha, that people get to see the Prime Minister this up close. And this time, this is literally a square, like I was saying. You know, people watching from their windows, people watching from the cafes over here, from the mall. There's a mall here. He's meeting people, greeting the BJP chief on stage. That's Ernest Mori. He's speaking to them, just shaking hands and waving to people. And all of them waving back at him. This is as close as it gets for them. As close as it gets for them to see the Prime Minister in Shillong and to be a part of this BJP show. In fact, many leaders have come and gone. You know, you've seen many leaders come and go. Rahul Gandhi was here, Kharge, different Trinamool Congress leaders, but none of them as effective as the Prime Minister. None of their rallies as effective as the ones that are organized by the BJP, given the cadre support that you have on the ground, the thousands and thousands of people who often gather. So that's I can hear the Modi Modi chants behind me. People are thrilled seeing him. Maybe many of them, of course, I think most of them here who are here are seeing him for the first time. They've never seen him up close in front of them. So excited. Many of them are excited, chanting Modi Modi. The Prime Minister is gesturing to them as well, trying to get in as many people as possible. In fact, he's gesturing to the crowds.
Good morning to all of you. Hope you are all enjoying it. सब खुशी है अपना भाल बाबू रामरोशा बरो भियकमन तो good morning to all of you for coming today in this large number. आप लोग को सब स्वागत कर रहा है, इतना बड़ा संख्या से आया आज ये मीटिंग के लिए. I'm deeply honored and privileged to welcome our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji. Give a big round. We would like to thank the Prime Minister for his generous heart that irrespective of the numbers of BJP elected MLA in the state, he has ensured full support to Meghalaya in the last 8 years. Whether it is in the scheme to the poor or infrastructure development and connectivity of the state. Today, Every section of the society is unhappy with the rulers of the state in the last 13 years. Earlier we had the mess of INC leadership, which is the same old kissy pity leadership with a new branding of TMC. Branding is not enough. The product also need to be good. NPP leadership was no different. Same style, same misgovernance that INC, or I would like to say, same TMC leadership gave us. In the last 13 years, corruption has gone up. School and colleges have not been built. The health sector is in complete disarray. Unemployment has gone up, and the only people to blame are the TMC and NPP leadership. My brothers and sisters, today is an important day for Meghalaya. Our Honorable Prime Minister will deliver on the foundation for the future of the state for the next 5 years. The Honorable Prime Minister has always pressed on the corruption-free and dynasty-free politics. A stronger Meghalaya needs the honest and capable leadership, and the BJP is the only party that can deliver on it. TMC and NPP's Sangma family will only work for their family members, will bring incapable people in the politics who will do nothing for the future of Meghalaya. BJP has the guidance of Prime Minister Modi ji. Better guidance lead to better leadership, better governance, and better, stronger BJP, which is sponsor for the strong Meghalaya. With this few words, Kublai Shimon, Jai Hind. Now I'll keep the space for our Honorable Prime Minister, beloved leader, to keep a speech.
भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की. Hello Shillong. Hello Meghalaya. It is amazing to be here. There is something special about this place. When I think of Meghalaya, I think of the talented people. I think of the vibrant traditions. I also think of the amazing natural beauty. The music of Meghalaya is lively. The passion for football is high. There is creativity in every corner of Meghalaya. We are all proud of Meghalaya's culture. The famous rock band Queen had a famous song, "We are the champions." Today, I could say, Meghalaya, you are the champion. I am here with a message of hope and development. India is scaling new heights of success, and Meghalaya is making a strong contribution to it. We want to build on this further and work for the state. साथियों, मुझे पहले भी कई बार आपके बीच आने का मौका मिला है, लेकिन आज जिस प्रकार से शानदार और जानदार ये रोड शो आपने किया है, मैं तो जा रहा था तुरा, लेकिन मुझे आज रुकना पड़ा आपके बीच में शिलोंग में। भाइयों बहनों, आपका ये प्यार आपके आशीर्वाद मैं आपको भी इसे कर्ज को जरूर चुकाऊंगा, और इस प्यार का कर्ज, ये आशीर्वाद का कर्ज मैं मेघालय के विकास करके चुकाऊंगा। आप सबका कल्याण के कामों को गति देकर के चुकाऊंगा। आपका ये प्यार, आपके आशीर्वाद कभी बेकार नहीं जाने दूंगा। युवा हो, बुजुर्ग हो, मैं देख रहा हूं इस बार यहां के रोड शो की गूंज, इसकी तस्वीरों ने देश के कोने कोने में आपका संदेश पहुंचा दिया है। मेघालय में चारों तरफ बीजेपी ही बीजेपी दिख रही है। हिल्स हो या प्लेन, गांव हो या शहर, कमल खिलता हुआ नजर आ रहा है। मैं देख रहा था कुछ लोग जिनको देश ने नकार दिया है, जिन्हें देश अब स्वीकार करने के लिए तैयार नहीं है, जो निराशा की गर्त में डूब चुके हैं, वो आजकल माला जपते हैं, माला, और वो कह रहे हैं मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। ये निराशा के गर्त में डूबे लोग ये कह रहे हैं, माला जपते जपते कह रहे हैं मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी। लेकिन देश कह रहा है, हिंदुस्तान की आवाज कह रही है, हिंदुस्तान का हर कोना कह रहा है, मोदी तेरा कमल खिलेगा, मोदी तेरा कमल खिलेगा। देश की जनता इस प्रकार की विकृत सोच वाले, विकृत भाषा बोलने वाले लोगों को करारा जवाब देगी, मेघालय और नागालैंड में भी देने वाली। भाइयों बहनों, युवा हो या बुजुर्ग, महिला हो या पुरुष, व्यापारी हो या फिर सरकारी कर्मचारी, किसान हो या फिर मजदूर, सभी एक सुर में कह रहे हैं, मेघालय मांगे बीजेपी सरकार, मेघालय मांगे, मेघालय मांगे, मेघालय मांगे। भाइयों बहनों, भाजपा के समर्थन में ये जो सेंटिमेंट पूरे मेघालय में दिख रहा है, पूरे नॉर्थ ईस्ट में दिख रहा है, उसके अनेक कारण हैं। लंबे समय तक मेघालय सहित उस पूरे रीजन को कुछ लोगों ने अपने परिवारों की, अपने स्वार्थ की पॉलिटिक्स के लिए प्रयोग किया है। ये परिवारवाद जाना चाहिए कि नहीं जाना चाहिए? मेघालय को परिवारवाद से मुक्ति मिलनी चाहिए कि नहीं मिलनी चाहिए? इन लोगों ने नॉर्थ ईस्ट के हर स्टेट को, जैसे हम पैसों की जरूरत पड़े और एटीएम से पैसे निकालते हैं ना, ये दिल्ली में ऐसी ऐसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टियां रही हैं, यहां मेघालय में भी ऐसी ऐसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टियों ने काम किया है। उन्होंने पूरे मेघालय को एटीएम बना दिया है, रुपये मार लेते हैं, अपने जेब पर देते हैं। आप लोगों को छोटे छोटे मुद्दों पर बांटा गया, मेघालय के हितों को कभी भी प्राथमिकता नहीं दी गई। इसी पॉलिटिक्स ने मेघालय का बहुत नुकसान किया है, मेघालय के युवाओं का नुकसान किया है। लेकिन मुझे खुशी है कि मेघालय और नॉर्थ ईस्ट की जनता अब भाजपा के साथ है, कमल के साथ है। मेघालय एक मजबूत पार्टी के नेतृत्व में स्थिर और मजबूत सरकार चाहता है। मेघालय आज फैमिली फर्स्ट के बजाय, ध्यान से सुनिए, फैमिली फर्स्ट के बजाय पीपल फर्स्ट वाली सरकार चाहता है। चाहता है ना? चाहता है ना? इसलिए कमल का फूल आज मेघालय की मजबूती, मेघालय की स्थिरता, मेघालय में शांति का प्रतीक बन गया है। भाइयों और बहनों, पहले की सरकारों ने अपने स्वार्थ को प्राथमिकता दी, मेघालय के हितों को नजरअंदाज किया है। अच्छी सड़कों का अभाव, रेल कनेक्टिविटी का अभाव, अच्छे एयरपोर्ट का अभाव, ऐसे में नॉर्थ ईस्ट का विकास कैसे होता? बीते 9 वर्षों में केंद्र की भाजपा सरकार ने नई परिस्थितियां बनाई है। अब मेघालय का, नॉर्थ ईस्ट का भाग्य बदल रहा है, बदलने वाला है। हम इस बदलाव के लिए आपके पास आए। हमने मेघालय की, नॉर्थ ईस्ट के लोगों की बेसिक चुनौतियों को कम करने पर जोर दिया है। नॉर्थ ईस्ट आज भारत की एक्ट ईस्ट पॉलिसी का मजबूत पिलर बनता जा रहा है। ये ट्रेड और टूरिज्म का बहुत बड़ा सेंटर बनता जा रहा है। इसलिए मेघालय के लोग कह रहे हैं, मेघालय के लोग कह रहे हैं, मेघालय मांगे, मेघालय मांगे बीजेपी सरकार, मेघालय मांगे, मेघालय मांगे, मेघालय मांगे। साथियों, आज मैं शिलोंग में एक नई शुरुआत अनुभव कर रहा हूं। पूरे रास्ते पर मैंने देखा है, मेघालय में बीजेपी की सरकार होगी तो दिल्ली से मुझे आपकी सेवा करने में और आसानी हो जाएगी। क्या आप मुझे सेवा करने का मौका देंगे? आपकी सेवा करने का मौका देंगे? आपके कल्याण के लिए काम करने का मौका देंगे? मेघालय के विकास के लिए मौका देंगे? आप सभी इतनी बड़ी तादाद में यहाँ आए। मैं फिर से एक बार मेघालय का सर झुका करके प्रणाम करता हूं, नमन करता हूं। मेरे साथ बोलिए भारत माता की, भारत माता की, भारत माता की। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
He's just leaving the stage, and you know, the one thing that he said clearly, that he hasn't seen a roadshow with as many people recently. In fact, we remember that last roadshow just before the elections in Gujarat, but the Prime Minister here just thanking the crowds, just making his way out and meeting the people. In fact, while speaking on stage, he saw that a lot of the crowd had gathered away from the stage. He's here. In fact, he's coming into our frame, the Prime Minister. Very close to the media here. In fact, he's right in front of us here in the camera, thanking the performers, thanking the artists, the folk artists who are here. Just getting inside his car, and just about time, just you know, matter of seconds perhaps before he goes back into the you know, the sunroof. But he's leaving. The roadshow has officially ended. The public meeting is ended. And one thing that he said during the speech, saying that there are parties, even a mention of Pawan Khera perhaps, when he said that there are parties that have tried to abuse him to win votes, but that won't help, and that the people of Meghalaya will respond to such parties, referring to Delhi parties that use Meghalaya as an ATM, and talking about the corruption. In fact, look at it. I'm not so sure whether they were expecting this, anticipated this, but the crowds right next to the Prime Minister's SUV, which is making its way, that's his Range Rover, the crowds right next to it, perhaps for security reasons, the crowds, the SPG and the security are trying to move the Prime Minister away from this area, but he decided to call the crowds close to the stage as possible, and it's been a successful roadshow for them with you know, the large crowds that have gathered here, thousands and thousands of them, and looks like the roadshow continues for him. This is completely impromptu, was not on the plan, but he's decided to just wave and continue the roadshow perhaps to as far as he can go, and wave to all those people who've gathered you know, along this route. So with that, it comes to an end. The roadshow has come to an end. The Prime Minister making it clear that this election the BJP is fighting alone, asking for the people of Meghalaya to vote for the BJP, saying that parties like, he made a clear reference to Conrad Sangma's party, the NPP, made a reference to the Trinamool Congress, made a reference to parties like the Congress, saying that the only option this time should be the BJP. So with that, it's a wrap. It's getting a little crowded here. People trying to leave. So I'm handing it back to you in the studios. Let's see if Aniruddha is also live. We'll hand it back to you. The Prime Minister's convoy there just leaving, and the people dispersing from here. Elections in Meghalaya on the 27th of March. Results on the 27th of February, and the results on the 2nd of March. We're handing it back to you for now. We'll be getting to the latest from all the three election-bound states of Meghalaya, Nagaland and Tripura. The Prime Minister's roadshow has ended, perhaps headed to Tura now, kept his speech short, but a very powerful speech, got a fantastic response from the crowds here. Back to you for now. We'll keep you posted with all the updates from here in Meghalaya. Back to you for now.
Right, Niranjan is getting us top updates here after that big address of the Prime Minister in Shillong. We are getting top updates, and we have the biggest coverage coming in from Shillong right now, where the Prime Minister addressed a public gathering in Shillong, and he made a couple of very important points there, where he said that Meghalaya is making a strong contribution to India's growth, and he said India is scaling new heights of success, and Meghalaya is making a strong contribution. He said, we want to build it further and work for the state. And attacking the opposition, the Prime Minister said that the people of Meghalaya want a people-first government rather than a family-first government. So we saw that entire speech and the address of the Prime Minister. We're getting these top updates right now as we get you back-to-back details of the Prime Minister's mega road show in the pole-bound northeastern state. Much more coming up on the other side. We continue to be live and breaking. It's been 1 year of the Ukraine war. We'll get you more details. Stay tuned.
The Amritpal's case, and even after seizing the Ajnala police station, now the court has ordered to release Lovepreet Singh alias Tufan Singh, a close aide of Amritpal Singh, from jail in the kidnapping case. And by the evening he'll be out, and Amritpal and his group celebrating this victory in a huge manner. But watch this entire story after a short break. Stay tuned.
महिला मेयर है, उसके ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, लोगों के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, पूरे सदन को तमाशा बना रखा है। ये तीनों चुनाव आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के आदेश पे हो रहे हैं। ये चुनाव भी नहीं होने देना चाहते, तो ना लोकतंत्र मानते हैं, ना संविधान मानते हैं, ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट मानते हैं।
आपको रिइलेक्शन कराना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि आपको समय पता है कि आप इलेक्शन हार रहे हो, इसलिए आप अवॉइड कर रहे हो।
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't governments and the state and everybody, army, they just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything, and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Has been broken by the protesters, and in fact they have moved all kind of security layers and they are moving towards the police station. Entire situation is getting tense and the police is trying to control the situation as well. लाठी चार्ज हो चुका है यहाँ पे। यहाँ तस्वीर बहुत बदतर हो चुकी है, जो पत्थर है चलाने शुरू कर दिए और इन लोगों ने पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर तक जो है वो धावा बोल दिया है, क्योंकि इनका कहना ये था कि जो अमृतपाल सिंह के खिलाफ FIR दर्ज हुई है उसमें जो लोग गिरफ्तार हुए हैं उनको छुड़वाया जाए।
Soros, the allegedly evil Soros, has given a lot of money to a lot of people in the Indian news and especially the Indian digital news ecosystem.
Pakistan has faced a series of martial laws, 4 military dictators, and the constitution held in abeyance multiple times. And even when the military dictators are not there directly in power, they are the puppeteers behind the throne and they control people. ये story क्या है?
पाकिस्तान की जो जनता है उनको डेमोक्रेसी से कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उनको इस्लाम चाहिए। कहने को बिलावल भुट्टो की पार्टी हो, नवाज शरीफ की पार्टी हो, इमरान खान भी तरीके इंसाफ करते रहते हैं, सब फौज की गोद में बैठना चाहते हैं।
He told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brandish weapon? Why it's the need of weapon when you are claiming that it's a peaceful procession which you will be carrying out?
No peace can be established without weapons. Why don't the government send the state and everybody army? They just dismiss all the armies, all the weapons, dispose everything, and then ask us why do we have weapons?
For 3 months, center and state didn't act. Now Khalistani Amritpal is on a rampage. Anarchy in Punjab, story broken on Republic.
Pakistan has faced a series of martial laws, 4 military dictators, and the constitution held in abeyance multiple times. And even when the military dictators are not there directly in power, they are the puppeteers behind the throne and they control people. ये story क्या है?
पाकिस्तान की जो जनता है उनको डेमोक्रेसी से कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं है, उनको इस्लाम चाहिए। कहने को बिलावल भुट्टो की पार्टी हो, नवाज शरीफ की पार्टी हो, इमरान खान भी तरीके इंसाफ करते रहते हैं, सब फौज की गोद में बैठना चाहते हैं।
Top headlines at 2 p.m. Man's police gives in to Amritpal's demands his aide to be released very soon.
I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Republic confronts Khalistan supporter Amritpal Singh as he continues his Khalistan rant. But Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has different priorities. He's busy in campaigning. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds mega campaign in Shillong, Meghalaya. Sukesh Chandrashekhar now claims he paid more than 60 lakhs to the jail officials. Russian forces ramp up attack as Ukraine war enters its second year now. All right, we start with the big news break coming in the Amritpal case. We've accessed the discharge copy of Amritpal Singh's aide. In fact, in this document that we've accessed, the police has given a clean chit to Amritpal Singh's aide in the kidnapping case and hence is not required in the kidnapping case. Of course, the latest coming in, Amritpal's aide, who's all set to be released very soon, and this, of course, comes in the backdrop of the kind of situation we've seen that has only been escalating in the state of Punjab, particularly in Amritsar, where the supporters of Amritpal along with him were seen on a complete rampage. In the latest, we understand that Amritpal Singh's aide Tufan is set to be released by the Punjab police in just a short while. So the Punjab police having given a clean chit to Amritpal Singh's aide. We'll try and go across to Amandeep as well to get more details on the discharge copy that we've accessed. All right, we have Amandeep and Piyush joining us live right now. Amandeep, who's been there outside the court, getting us all the latest, and Piyush, of course, who confronted Amritpal Singh just a short while back. Amandeep, to begin with you first, if you could give us more details on this discharge copy that we've accessed, which clearly shows how the police has given a clean chit to Amritpal's aide. On what grounds has the police made those arguments in the court?
A very shocking, Samiksha, a very shocking fact has been mentioned in that plea that was filed before the court regarding the discharge of Amritpal's aide Tufan Singh. Police stated that on the day of the incident, that means on 15th of February, Lapreet Singh alias Tufan Singh was not present in Ajnala. He was not present in Amritsar. He was actually in Bathinda court. This was the fact that was mentioned by the police in the discharge copy, and this was mentioned in the application. And in fact, court has considered that on the basis of the application, they have ordered the discharge of Tufan Singh from Amritsar jail, in fact, in this case. And police have also mentioned in the application copy that police did not find any kind of involvement during the course of investigation of Lapreet Singh, Tufan Singh. So now, after the protest, all of a sudden his location has been changed. Now the police don't need him in the investigation of kidnapping case of Varinder Singh. Everything has been turned turtle after the protest and after the police station, Ajnala police station, sieged by the Amritsar protesters. Everything has been turned turtle. So somewhere down the line, the police, there are certain questions are being raised over the police, that why this polite attitude, why this polite behavior against those who have actually hijacked the police station for 4 hours, with the force, with the lathis, with the swords, and certain police, after leaving 7 police officers injured into this entire clash, and in fact still they are into a win-win situation. And now by the evening, Amritpal's aide Tufan Singh will be released from Amritsar Central Jail, and Amritpal and his group is going to celebrate that victory against the police and the government. So it is a big question on the police as well as the government. The police, which was actually supposed to investigate and to maintain the law and order situation, they are giving the free run to these people after facing such pressure. Why? And in fact, this is how they are going to maintain the law and order situation in the border state of Punjab, which shares almost 600 kilometers of the border with Pakistan, which actually is facing certain kind of painful cuts from the hardliners, from the radicals. Certain kind of organizations are working here in Punjab to break down the law and order, and even the Pakistan is attempting to create the unrest in Punjab. This is how the police is going to deal with them. But in the discharge application, it's a very shocking and a very surprising facts mentioned by the police about Tufan Singh, that why he was released just because he's not present in the spot. If he was not present in the spot, why not before this entire episode police learnt in their investigation? Why not? A big question here, Samiksha.
Well, that's right, Amandeep. Stay with us. And as you know, what's even more shocking is that while questions are being raised on the law and order situation, there's not a word that has come in from the Punjab Chief Minister till now. But stay with us. Piyush Ori, who's also been reporting since yesterday on this. Piyush, you confronted the Khalistan supporter Amritpal just a short while back, where he again made that call for secession, calling for Khalistan. Once again, take us through what exactly did Amritpal Singh had to say to you when you tried to confront him.
Well, yes, Samiksha, what I can say is that you can continue to be brazen when you see...
All right, we'll try and connect with Piyush again, but stay with us, Piyush, and Amandeep, of course, who continues to be with us. Let's take a look at that exact sequence, that confrontational sequence with Amritpal Singh when Piyush Ori asked Amritpal Singh those tough questions.
Why are these slogans being chanted? Is this again a victory march which you are trying to project?
No, I am going to Gurdwara Sahib. This is a Sangat. I didn't invite the Sangat. Wherever I go, Sangat comes.
Okay.
In the respect of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay. I again want to ask you, sir. I I know. There are a lot of enthusiasm over here. But मैं आपसे फिर से पूछना चाहता हूँ सर कि आप भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत हैं? आपसे
There was no Bharat, there was no India before 1947. It's a union of states. We must respect the unions. We must respect the states. Otherwise, you know what we say, we don't respect diversity, we lose everything. So I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Sir, I want to ask you a very simple question, sir. You are very proud of your Sikh identity, right? You are very proud of your Sikh.
Calm down, brother.
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah, you're very proud of your Sikh identity, sir.
Calm down.
But sir, in that way, sir, even the Sikhs have, sacrificed their life for the nation. They have sacrificed their life for Mother India. What do you
They
have to say about that?
sacrificed their lives and they got what in the return? 1984 genocide. They got Punjab separated in 3 parts. They got their water looted. So what we have to understand, there are many things you don't know because you don't live in Punjab. Punjab have a different phenomena. Punjab have a different energy. So Punjab is a totally different phenomena. If you sitting outside, you don't understand here. You are here. Do you think this is something constructive?
हिंदी में भी थोड़ा बोलिएगा because सर मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर सब लोग आपको देखें, सब लोग आपसे जाने, क्योंकि सर सरदारों ने अपनी जान भी दी है इस देश के लिए.
सरदारों को देखे, एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह थे. एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह जो थे 1984 में उनके घर पे भीड़ गई और उनको मारने की कोशिश की और उनके हाथ से पुलिस ने जाके हथियार उनके हाथ से छीन लिए. और
जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी हम जानते हैं.
जगजीत अरोड़ा को कोर्ट मार्शल कर दिया गया था, आपको मालूम है?
वो हरबख्श सिंह थे सर.
नहीं, मेरी हरबख्श सिंह, जनरल हरबख्श सिंह, सॉरी, जनरल जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी उनको भी सफर करना पड़ा 1984 के बाद हैं. और मौत से सिख जनरल सुबेक सिंह भी तो आर्मी में थे ना, जो गोल्डन टेम्पल में लड़े थे. सो सिखों ने बहुत कुछ किया इस देश के लिए, इस देश ने सिखों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. मनमोहन सिंह, बराक ओबामा प्रधानमंत्री अफ्रीकन मूल का था, उससे ब्लैक्स की प्रॉब्लम ठीक हो गई. मनमोहन सिंह इज अ टोकन प्राइम मिनिस्टर. मनमोहन सिंह वाज अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर फ्रॉम द सेम पार्टी हु कमिटेड जेनोसाइड अगेंस्ट सिख्स. सो डोंट से दिस थिंग.
So there you heard Amritpal Singh, the kind of shocking statements he's making, calling for secession. And of course, with this, we are seeing how Amritpal Singh has been allowed to get away and have been allowed to get his way through. But let's listen into what the police officials had to say, where they say that the police did not buckle under pressure and that the law and order situation is in place in Punjab.
To the violence, now the police is all set to move to Ajnala court for the discharge application of Lovepreet Singh alias Tufan Singh, as close aide of Amritpal Singh. We are joining with us SSP Rural, Stinder Singh. Sir, what is the development? Has the police moved to the Ajnala court or yet to be moved?
Yes. Our officers have gone to the Ajnala court and we are moving application very shortly.
And in fact, what is the contents of the application? On what basis you are moving the application?
The contents of the application, we are moving this application on basis what the evidence they have given us yesterday. So those are the contents of the application, sir.
So you have basically considered the evidence that was provided by Amritpal Singh regarding the FIR of kidnapping of Varinder Singh?
No, not regarding the FIR yet, because the investigation of FIR is being done by the SET. This particular evidence was only against the Lovepreet Singh.
So what is the next course of action? क्योंकि आज पुलिस की जो डिप्लॉयमेंट है वो काफ़ी ज़्यादा दिख रही है, तो इंटेलिजेंस इनपुट क्या है कि आज अमृतपाल की मूवमेंट को कैसे ट्रैक करेगी पुलिस?
नहीं, कोई हम किसी को ऐसे कुछ, अभी सारा कुछ पीसफुल है जी, एवरीथिंग इज अंडर कंट्रोल, सो नथिंग टू वरी.
So is this not the action that police has, while accepting the demands after a huge protest, that police has surrendered themselves, their actions?
No, it is not a thing of being surrendered. You know, the whatever application they moved us yesterday and the evidence they gave us yesterday, it is basically based on that only. So regarding the FIR, SIT has been formed, and whatever the report of the SIT will be there, so we'll decide accordingly.
So Lovepreet Singh will be discharged from the jail, or he will be brought here to the police station, and Nell he will be handed over to Amritpal?
No, he won't be brought here. So whatever the court orders, then we'll decide. He won't be brought here.
So have you reported the entire incident to Punjab Home Ministry or Union Home Ministry? Have anybody sought the report from you?
So everything, you see, everything is being monitored, and all our high officials, they all are in touch and they all are supporting us. So I just assure you on this that law and order will be maintained, and things are going to get normalized. They are normalized, and nothing to worry about that.
एक आखिरी सवाल, कल जो सारा वायलेंस हुआ, इंसिडेंट हुआ, उसके रिगार्डिंग पुलिस ने अभी कोई एफआईआर, कोई एक्शन ऐसा किया?
हम वो सारी चीज़ को एनालाइज कर रहे हैं जी, क्योंकि कल से हम सारा बिजी थे, जितने भी सीसीटीवी फुटेजेस वगैरह हम सब देख रहे हैं, तो उसको एनालाइज करने के बाद कुछ भी होगा विल कम बैक टू यू।
Continue to be with us. Samandeep, that was a very pointed question that you asked the SSP also as to the kind of action they've initiated against Amritpal and his supporters about about yesterday's incident. Why is it that no FIR has been registered? It's been more than 20 hours since that incident happened, where we saw Amritpal Singh along with his supporters on a complete rampage in Amritsar.
This is the soft hand of police that they are dealing with Amritpal Singh and supporters, Samiksha. No FIR has been registered still after 24 hours. Yesterday, till now, the entire police station was under the control of Amritpal Singh as his supporters. And where I am standing right now, this was the place where the entire violence take place, and you can see the heavy deployment of the police as well now, just because after that incident, a huge police deployment has been done inside the police station as well as outside the police station. But the action of the police is very much questionable. No FIR has been registered, and in fact against not even a single person, though everybody knows who all are involved into the violence and who all are involved into the seizing of this police station, which was remain under the control of Amritpal Singh and his supporters for continuously 4 hours. 4 hours is not a short time span, and even despite knowing that they are armed people, and police was standing and brushed aside in the police station as well. And now the police is saying they are analyzing the CCTV footages, and also they are verifying the role. What to verify and what to analyze? This is not able to understand. No, people are questioning that why police is not taking the hard action against those protesters who actually hijacked the police station for continuously 4 hours after assaulting the cops. After leaving the cops, 7 cops injured, including 1 SP rank officer. And in fact, when they were attacked with the sword straight away on their heads. And still, police is analyzing the CCTV footage. The police is trying to verify the role of the people, and then they will register an FIR. This is the kind of behavior of the police to control the law and order situation in the border city of Punjab. This is how they are dealing with the incident. And on the other side, they are accepting all demands of Amritpal Singh after getting so much pressure from the protest. They are releasing. They have already done it. The discharge application has already considered by the court, which was filed by Ajnala police, and to release Tufan Singh. They have constituted the SIT to investigate the FIR, which was actually nominated Amritpal Singh into the kidnapping case. So this is the action of the police, which is turning to be very soft against Amritpal Singh and his supporters, and no FIR, no case has been registered so far. The Samiksha, what all is happening in Punjab, especially in Ajnala and Amritsar, it is raising so many questions on Aam Aadmi Party government, on Punjab police. This is the similar force. I must tell you, Samiksha, this is the similar force. Punjab police is the force who actually just eliminated the entire militancy in Punjab in early 80s and the early 90s also. The same force has fought in a forefront against the militancy and washed away the entire militancy from the Punjab. But now they are on their knees in front of these radicalized people, and they are demanding the Khalistan. And in fact, the similar force is now in their own police station turned to be the victim instead of taking the courageous action against these protesters, just because senior police officials are not supporting these cops. Otherwise, the action could have something else. And in fact, the most important point I would like to mention, even the Amritpal Singh has also dragged the religion into this entire protest. He was carrying Shri Guru Granth Sahib along with the protest, a van in which Shri Guru Granth Sahib was placed, and in fact that van has broke the barricades first, and in fact that van entered into the police station, and then they parked the van in the middle of the police station and started protesting. Actually, they put the Sikh religious holy book Shri Guru Granth Sahib to forefront, and taking the shield of that religious book, they are Meghalaya, they have entered and done this entire violence just because everybody knows nobody is going to harm that religious holy book of Sikh religion. So that is how the entire incident has been transpired, but no action has been taken, nothing has been done against this violence that has reported yesterday. Yes, Samit.
That's right, Amandeep, and look at the kind of statements that have been coming in from the Punjab ministers. You know, they are saying that the law and order situation in the state of Punjab is in place and that everything is fine, and that the chief minister is also working towards maintaining the peace in the state. But Piyush Ohri, of course, continues to be with us. Piyush, at what time exactly can we expect Amritpal's aide to be released? One, and also take us through the kind of statements that have been coming in from the Punjab police.
So two important questions, Samiksha. What we've been told is that it is around 5 p.m. when Tufan Singh may be expected to come out of Amritsar jail. Having said that, as what Amandeep rightly said, that Punjab police really does not have enough answers when it is being asked tough questions of why there were no preparations to deal with the protesters and were they lackadaisical in approach of handling these protesters. Moreover, Amandeep has also now raised a very important question when he says that despite such violence that was witnessed over here at the Ajnala police station, in which Amritpal and his supporters really were in control of this police station for more than 4 hours, there has been no FIR that has been registered. So yes, some very tough question needs to be asked from Punjab police. Amandeep did ask these questions, very tough questions, from SSP Rural Satvinder Singh, in which he really did not get the right answers. Even I had a word with some of the senior officials and did ask that does these actions of Punjab police yesterday did bring down the morale of a lot of these police officials, who were injured, and for which, again, they did not have any answers, but they did say that the investigation is on. It's a high morale police force, and they will make sure that such kind of incidents will not take place. But the real question is that when you are giving such a soft hand to such kind of protest, when you're giving such a soft hand to such kind of protesters, do you really have a high morale police official force or not? And this is equally important because Punjab is a border state which often witnesses a lot of incidents of narco-terror. So yes, tough times ahead for Punjab police, tough times ahead for the Punjab government. Back to the studio.
Yes. Piyush, of course, stay with us. Amandeep also continues to be with us. Amandeep, help us understand this better. Why is it that the Punjab ministers are so scared to call out Amritpal Singh and his supporters?
Well, this is a big question. Now they have to understand that Punjab is always a sensitive state and government has to take the tough calls regarding these incidents and regarding this unrest is being created in the state. And in fact, ministers and chief minister, they all remain silent on this issue. They are not very much concerned just because till yesterday when the entire police station where I'm standing, I request my camera person to kindly show the visuals also. This is the same place where yesterday on the same time, the entire police station was under the control of Amritpal Singh and his supporters. And in fact, the chief minister was remain occupied in the ISB Mohali Invest Summit. He was discussing with the investors about the growth of the Punjab. But what about the law and order situation of the Punjab? Is really Punjab in a peaceful situation? No, not at all. And the evidence is yesterday's incident. And in fact, ministers are claiming that the law and order is very much okay in Punjab. But where? But where is law and order? We are not able to see what had happened in Mohali a few days back when the Bandi Qaumi Insaf Morcha protesting, all of a sudden they turned violent, and in fact they have also assaulted the police with the swords and with the weapons also, and in fact certain police cops were injured in that protest also, and same had happened here. What all is happening in Punjab is not understandable. Why? Where they are dragging this Punjab? Either Punjab is moving towards the early 19s or the early 80s, or they are dragging the Punjab to more worse situation from that also. So this is a big question and government has to pay concern about it also. Yes.
And Piyush, requesting you both to stay with us. In fact, let's once again listen into that exact sequence and that confrontation that Piyush had with Amritpal Singh.
Now, Why are these slogans being chanted? Is this again a victory march which you are trying to project?
No, I am going to Gurdwara Sahib. This is a Sangat. I didn't invite the Sangat. Wherever I go, Sangat comes.
Okay.
In the respect of Guru Granth Sahib Ji.
Okay, okay. I again want to ask you, sir. I know. There are a lot of enthusiasm over here. But मैं आपसे फिर से पूछना चाहता हूँ, सर, कि आप भारत की परिभाषा से मतलब सहमत हैं? आपसे
There was no Bharat, there was no India before 1947. It's a union of states. We must respect the unions. We must respect the states. Otherwise, you know what we say, we don't respect diversity, we lose everything. So I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Sir, I want to ask you a very simple question, sir. Yeah. You are very proud of your Sikh identity, right? You are very proud of your Sikh.
Calm down, brother. Yeah. Calm down.
Yeah, you're very proud of your Sikh identity, sir.
Calm down.
But sir, in that way, sir, even the Sikhs have, sacrificed their life for the nation. They have sacrificed their life for Mother India.
They sacrificed the lives and they got what in the return? 1984 genocide. They got Punjab separated in 3 parts. They got their water looted. So, what we have to understand, there are many things you don't know because you don't live in Punjab. Punjab have a different phenomena. Punjab have a different energy. So Punjab is a totally different phenomena. If you sitting outside, you don't understand here. You are here. Do you think this is something constructive?
हिंदी में थोड़ा बोलिएगा because सर मैं चाहता हूँ कि सर सब लोग आपको देखें, सब लोग आपसे जाने, क्योंकि सर सरदारों ने अपनी जान भी दी है इस देश के लिए.
सरदारों को देखे, एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह थे. एयर मार्शल अर्जुन सिंह जो थे 1984 में उनके घर पे भीड़ गई और उनको मारने की कोशिश की और उनके हाथ से पुलिस ने जाके हथियार उनके हाथ से छीन लिए. और
जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी हम जानते हैं.
जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा को कोर्ट मार्शल कर दिया गया था, आपको मालूम है? नहीं, मेरी हरबख्श सिंह, जनरल हरबख्श सिंह, सॉरी, जनरल जगजीत सिंह अरोड़ा भी 1984 के बाद हैं. और बहुत से सिख, जनरल सुकेश सिंह भी आर्मी में थे ना, जो गोल्डन टेम्पल में लड़े थे. सो सिखों ने बहुत कुछ किया इस देश के लिए. इस देश ने सिखों के लिए कुछ नहीं किया. मनमोहन सिंह, बराक ओबामा प्रधानमंत्री अफ्रीकन मूल का था, उससे ब्लैक्स की प्रॉब्लम ठीक हो गई. मनमोहन सिंह इज अ टोकन प्राइम मिनिस्टर. मनमोहन सिंह वाज अ प्राइम मिनिस्टर फ्रॉम द सेम पार्टी हु कमिटेड जेनोसाइड अगेंस्ट. सो डोंट से दीस थिंग्स.
All right, we slip into a very short break for now, but top stories and news breaks to continue on the other side of the break as well. Prime Minister Narendra Modi holds mega campaign in Shillong, Meghalaya. Russian forces ramp up attack as Ukraine war enters its second year now.
Amity has been ranked India's #1 not-for-profit private university for 10 years, with top 10 ranked institutions in management, engineering, biotech, law, masscom, telecom, hospitality, fashion and more. Yet another top ranking for Amity University.
घुसने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तस्वीरों में आप देख सकते हैं ये अमृतपाल के सारे सपोर्टर्स हैं, पुलिस स्टेशन के अंदर घुसने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं. तस्वीरें देखिए, ये लाठीचार्ज हो चुका है यहाँ पे तस्वीर बहुत बदतर हो चुकी है. कृष्णा, इन्होंने पत्थर चलाने शुरू कर दिए हैं. पुलिस स्टेशन अंदर घुस गए ये लोग. They have captured the police station.
महिला मेयर है उसके ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, लोगों के ऊपर हमला कर रहे हैं, पूरे सदन को तमाशा बना रखा है। ये तीनों चुनाव आज सर्वोच्च न्यायालय के आदेश पे हो रहे हैं। ये चुनाव भी नहीं होने देना चाहते तो ना लोकतंत्र मानते हैं, ना संविधान मानते हैं, ना सुप्रीम कोर्ट मानते हैं।
आपको रिइलेक्शन कराना पड़ेगा क्योंकि आपको समय पता है कि आप इलेक्शन हार रहे हो, इसलिए आप अवॉइड कर रहे हो।
We told you he's a threat to internal security.
Why to brand it?
Top headlines at 2:30. Man's police gives in to Amritpal's demands. His aide set to be released soon.
I'm not agree to the definition of India, modern India. All I'm saying, everybody has right to self-determine. If I say Punjab is a separate country, I have right to do it.
Republic confronts Khalistan supporter Amritpal Singh as he continues his Khalistan rant. But Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann has different priorities. He's busy in campaigning.
आशा के गर्त में डूबे लोग ये कह रहे हैं मोदी तेरी कब्र खुदेगी, लेकिन देश कह रहा है, हिंदुस्तान का हर कोना कह रहा है, मोदी तेरा कमल खिलेगा।
Prime Minister takes on Vadra Congress abuse, pitches Kamal Khilega in response to Congress Kabar Khudegi slogans. Sukesh Chandrashekhar now claims he paid more than 60 lakhs to jail officials. Thanks for staying to this edition of Live and Breaking. I'm Samiksha Srivastava. We start with the news break coming in of an Air India Express flight that was forced to make an emergency landing while it was en route. We're given to understand that the flight was diverted due to suspected tail strike while taking off from Kozhikode Airport. The aircraft made normal safe landing at Thiruvananthapuram. So the visuals there on your screens of the Air India flight that had to make an emergency landing. It was diverted to Thiruvananthapuram while it was leaving from Calicut to the Dammam in Saudi Arabia with 168 passengers on board. So a flight that was en route to Saudi Arabia was diverted to Thiruvananthapuram following a technical snag that was reported. The aircraft made normal safe landing in Thiruvananthapuram. All right, to the other big story, we've been tracking this one on the MCD polls. Latest we are given to understand is that the polling, in fact, the polls in the Civic Centre has concluded. The counting is set to begin very shortly. So that's, of course, the latest coming in. Anuj getting us that breaking. The polling has concluded for the Standing Committee panel. The counting has begun. So in a short while from now, we would get the results of the polling that happened just a few hours back. Anuj is joining us live. Anuj, if you can give us more details on the counting, which we understand would begin very shortly for the Standing Committee panel members.
Well, exactly, Samiksha. This is going to be after 10 minutes now. The polling has already completed. The voting has already completed. And at this point in time, let me give you the sense from the House also. Behind me is a 10-minute break, what is going on. And the councillors are having their lunch. So if we talk about the votes, then let me tell you, this is 242 members who have voted, 242 councillors who have voted for this, and 8 were absent. That is something what has been stated. Nobody is allowed to go outside at this point in time. Let me give you the sense, let me give you the visuals from there. So what we have been told, what has been announced by Mayor from the chair is that no one is allowed to go outside. This is going to be after 10 minutes now. The counting will start. We have seen the scuffle, we have seen the ruckus earlier, we have seen how it was adjourned for 13th time. That night when the whole drama was witnessed, when this was uproar in the House. Finally, it began today from the scratch. It again started from 1, and finally the voting is over. And let me tell you, 242 votes has been casted out of 250, and 8 were absent. That's something what has been declared and announced by the mayor herself. So this is going to be about 10 minutes now when the counting will start, and it is not going to take much time for the counting also. As we have seen, it is going to be a game of not more than 20 minutes. So in 15-20 minutes maximum we'll be getting the numbers also, that who got what. On the other hand, let me tell you, if we talk about the numbers now, this is 106 with BJP. Earlier it was 104, and now it has reached to 106. And how they got 106? One is the support of independent, and one today Aam Aadmi Party councillor joined Bharatiya Janata Party. So the numbers has reached to 106. So this is going to be in favor of BJP. Earlier, this was the confusion, this was the fight, that how many members are going to be elected. If we talk about the numbers of seats, when we are talking about standing committee, then let me tell you, it is 6 in number, on which the candidates are: the Aam Aadmi Party have given their 4 candidates, the Bharatiya Janata Party have given their 3 candidates. But it is going to be 3 candidate, what we have been told, and what it is looking like, because now the numbers is with BJP also. BJP having 106, 134 is Aam Aadmi Party, so they have the numbers. So this is going to be sorted as if it is seen now, because earlier it was 4 candidates of Aam Aadmi Party, but later, as now this is number what is BJP is also having. So BJP is confident enough to get all 3 seats, 3 candidates as they have filed. So they are confident of having coming up or winning 3 seats. And Aam Aadmi Party has fielded their 4 candidates, but is now expected to come up with the 3 candidates. We are just waiting for the update, not more than 15 to 20 minutes now, when the counting will come out with the result also. After 10 minutes, what we were told, the counting will start. 5 minutes has already passed, so any moment from now, the mayor is going to be back on the chair, and there the counting will start. So finally, this has concluded. We have seen the ruckus, we have seen the uproar. It was, let me remind you, first for the mayor election also, deputy mayor election also. But earlier, how it pans out, let me tell it to our viewers, that Supreme Court intervened. After Supreme Court stated that this is going to be by the rule, and it has to be done by the rule, then we have seen the election of the mayor, where Aam Aadmi Party won the election, then the deputy mayor, where Aam Aadmi Party won the election. But we have seen the scuffle, we have seen the uproar and the ruckus in the House on the standing committee members election. Now, finally today, it was announced by the mayor that it is going to be, according to the number, it is going to start from the scratch, and finally it has concluded, and the proceeding has gone smoothly. This is to wait and watch what exactly will be coming out. The counting is going to start any moment from now, and the numbers will be coming out. Yes, back to you.
All right, Anuj, thank you for the moment. So Anuj, they're reporting from the Civic Centre. The voting has concluded, and the counting would begin shortly. Anuj, thank you for the moment. Now, addressing the G20 finance ministers meet, Prime Minister Modi said that it's important to bring back stability, confidence and growth of the global economy.
It is now up to you, the custodians of the leading economies and monetary systems of the world, to bring back stability, confidence and grow to the global economy. It is not an easy task. However, I hope that you will draw inspiration from the vibrancy of the Indian economy. Indian consumers and producers are optimistic and confident about the future. We hope that you will be able to transmit the same positive spirit to the global economy. I would urge that your discussions should focus on the most vulnerable citizens of the world. Only by creating an inclusive agenda will the global economic leadership win back the confidence of the world. The theme of our G20 presidency also promotes this inclusive vision. One Earth, one family, one future. Excellencies, even as the world population has crossed 8 billion, progress on sustainable development goals seems to be slowing down. We need to collectively work to strengthen multilateral development banks for meeting global challenges like climate change and high debt levels. Excellencies, in the world of finance, technology is increasingly dominant.
We slip in a way